Hello and welcome to the Games Bunker, a hastily built shelter comprised mostly from stolen pallets and good old-fashioned Northern Irish know-how. It is I, Deadbeat Punk, your hostess with the mostest, the Bunker Punk, and with me, one Bunker Hunk.
Hello.
One Bunker Drunk.
Hello.
Gentlemen, it is the time of year where people set fire to pallets in a blaze of glory, and by the temperature of our current recording situation, I think they might have just done that to us.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I am basting in my own juices.
Yes. We're in the lucky position of being hot and not being able to open the windows because Wales is on fire, which just means we've got whales coming in through the windows, which nobody needs.
I've got the windows wide open, but that means the wasps will come. And when the wasps come, I will flee.
You're just that sweet. A watermelon of a man.
I don't even know how to mute, so we're going to...
We can save all the screaming as Easter egg material.
There might be some action.
Anyway, the heat must be getting to you two because we're locked together in a bunker. I don't know what you think. Windows. I didn't build windows.
Okay, like holes. Construction errors, let's call them.
If it wasn't for the nuclear radiation outside, I would bore a hole through one of these walls.
It might be worth it, I'll be honest.
I'd be a cute mutant.
Greasy knees, that's the one. Nobody needs greasy knees. That little bit on the back of your knee that just gets like a little sweat pool in it, it's just not...
You getting a bit of the reinforced kneecap?
Reinforced kneecap, yes.
I've never heard it described greasy knees. Never
Greasy
heard that.
knees? Well...
All right.
No, you've never lived, Ben. You've never
Here
lived.
we are.
You're not telling me that's not been going around on one of your cruises, I tell you.
Similar, but not
Teenager
exactly.
working at KFC knees.
Let's go with that.
And apart from the copious amount of sweating and glistening going on, how are we, Ben?
Nice direction of the question there, because we would have had that.
Because you're
awkwardness.
confused.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
whether you're polite and you wait for each other. Oh no, Sanbone, please, you first. I couldn't possibly.
No. Apart from the heat, I'm in pretty good shape, I'd say. No back issues, and we're good to go. And no illness.
How's your front?
Your front's absolutely fine as well.
Very good.
All over.
If you do say so yourself. I too am well. I won't wait for a prompt, it's fine. Just going to butt in rudely.
Well, it's turns. I shouldn't have to signal everything.
No, you should. Every little
Speak.
moment. Like small
Continue.
school children.
Prevent further discussion.
Sanbone, now it is your go.
You're back with a drink in your hand, though. Is that an
Silence,
alcoholic
class.
one, or is that a impossible brew?
This is an alcoholic one, but it's not a strong alcoholic one. It's an orange flavoured Cruz Campo, which I didn't know existed.
Oh,
And it's got a summery vibe to it.
gosh.
So, and it's only 3.3%. So it's basically non-alcoholic.
Half 12.
It's fucking lemonade.
It's nothing, but it's lovely. It's a nice, refreshing summer drink.
driving
A
beer, that.
zesty.
It is a good, yes.
Yeah, good driving, a fine driving beer.
Yeah, you get 10 of these and you'll still be fine. It's not a problem.
Well, I'm glad to hear we're all doing well. We look fantastic. Feedback, Sanbone.
Feedback. Right, this week feedback is brought to you by the Bollocks Filter, and we've ignored everything that is non-gaming. We're learning as we go. And I took your point last week, Ben, around, yes, we are just talking some shite at the beginning of the podcast, which may put some people off, especially when we're talking about the alphabet as a prime example. So this week...
that you consider the start of the podcast shite, and the rest of it is just gold.
Oh, the rest of it's gold. It's
Gravy
flat.
for the
No,
ears.
it's diamond is what it is. It's just this first bit that was terrible, and now we've improved it. The bit where you didn't direct the questions, that was a faux pas. Now we've solved that.
that was an error.
We've refined the feedback. Oh, it's so good.
So I do apologise. I expect more from my co-hosts, and that's on me.
That's on you. That is definitely on you.
I'm working with shite, not clay.
Yeah, we cannot be held responsible for our own actions. Like the rest of the internet, apparently. Right, anyway, on to feedback. So, hello, how excited are we for the new Fable game? The latest delay pissed me off, but it's Fable, so I'm willing to give them a pass. And that's coming from Ryan, the one that hates Donny.
That really narrows it down.
Do you know multiple Ryans that hate Donny?
Oh, easy.
So, Fable, I know we covered this quite extensively last week, but...
I'm really excited about Fable. I think if it were coming out this year, I'd be fucking all over it. But it's lost out my mind a bit now. Like I was excited if it was round the corner I'd be fucking well up for this. It pissed me off. Just like Ryan, the delay infuriated me.
Yeah,
I think it was just because we mentioned it before, but you and I were of the same mind where we thought it was going to come out GTA 6 time.
Yeah.
I say, right, the mouth breathers are going to be doing that. We of taste will be playing Fable.
Yeah, and now that's not a thing, and it's lost all momentum in my mind. That'll pick up, I'm sure, but it really is a bit of a kick in the teeth to the Xbox lineup for the year.
Yeah, I think it's shifted because I was kind of, before the delay was announced, I was sort of planning the end of my year almost around it. You know, that was the one. You know, you're thinking Game of the Year, you were thinking stuff like that. Fable's going to be huge in this space. And now, because of how busy September specifically is, I've done the same. I've kind of, right, that's next year. I'm not thinking about that right now. Still really excited about it when I do consider what's coming. But it's not in my radar at the minute. There's too much other shit that's got to be done before Christmas.
Yeah, I made a list of all the games that were coming out to the end of the year that I wanted to play, and primarily so that I've got a list for Game of the Year. Like, this is what's been played, this is how, and it's huge. It's absolutely monstrous. There's loads coming out, and I had to remind myself after the Fable today that there is loads coming out,
yeah.
Even though that sour note. So. Yeah.
Yes, it's like the fillet is off the menu, but the sirloin is still there. So, yes, we can still eat well for the rest of the year. Good. Moving on. Hello, Games Bunker. I got an awful shock when you asked Pure Dead Xbox. What was Pure Dead Xbox? I don't remember this. Not sure what you're talking about. No. As that was one of the
little
shows.
Green baby.
Little
Heartless fox.
Just imagine Punk walking around like the Death Stranding, lads with a little green just pod.
A miniature couch in a jar, pickled.
Miniature couch.
Oh, God.
Why have we only
Just give it a
thought of
shake
that?
now and again.
That would have been glorious
You
Photoshop
bastard.
work.
It's like Death Stranding.
Yes. As that was one of the shows I've listened to the longest. But I have to ask, firstly, what is Akka? I've heard it quite a few times as a reference from you lot, but it's completely flying over my head. I hope to have a Games Bunker question before long. Keep up the great work. From Gibsonic. You two have got to explain Akka. I wasn't there. I was just a...
Is that lost media now?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's lost in the wind. The passage of time has gone. There are some episodes on YouTube, but yeah, this is. I think
that down.
I wonder if we could. I actually did look, to be honest. Like, this is a reference from old podcast that we did, and I did, and Punk was a guest on. Punk can explain, but yeah, well, I did check through the YouTube of the podcast to see whether I had any references to it in any names, but I didn't. And I even went for like featuring Deadbeat Punk, but I couldn't fucking locate it. So yeah.
So I'm trying to think if it was it around Game of the Year time? I think it was a late in the year release.
It was definitely around Game of the Year.
But yeah, it's Akka, aka, was like an indie Steam game about a tanuki, a raccoon dog.
Yeah.
Because I had to explain what a tanuki was to Eddie.
Yeah.
But in typical fashion, it was actually similar to Galactic Air in Pure Dead Xbox.
Yes.
I find certain words phonetically pleasing to scream, and I spent the remainder of the episode shouting Akka at inopportune times,
And now,
trying to throw off my co-hosts.
And now it's stuck.
It was hilarious to listen to. It really was.
Akka!
Yes, exactly that. Just
And
constantly.
now it's part of the law, so that's great.
Wasn't it you and Eddie? Wasn't Eddie doing it as well? Weren't you both? Because one of you would trigger the other one, and then it'd just be this like tirade of Akka for about 20 seconds.
If there's any pause in the audio at all, just waiting to go.
The conversation flow had to be quick.
Am I going to fucking have to think of jokes? No, just scream the same word frequently, which is kind of my
Lots of things to say.
Yeah, good times.
So yes, there is the law
Grumpy
behind.
Gamers lore that became Pure Dead Xbox lore, which is now the Games Bunker lore.
What is happening? It's just like history written by the winners. We could have just made up something completely different there. Right, okay, moving on. Stig comes in with remakes are all the rage, but what demake of a modern game would you like to see given a SNES style makeover? I really like this question.
I was immediately when I saw this, I was like, Death Stranding. Because I think it would just be it would just
like an
be
endless
so
runner.
It would just be so shit though. It would just because the environments would look so gash, so it would just be like just walking over there and then carrying your thing back here. Like I just thought that would be amazing. I'd be all over it.
Oh, that's the worst idea.
All I can picture for some reason is the Jurassic Park game. I used to rent a lot. That with Death Stranding. No dinosaurs, just jars of piss and a baby. I was thinking, that Star Fox game. Oh, fuck, imagine if they remake that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who could think? I had two. So first one was a remake of Rocket League, but based on the Speedball 2 type format, where you've got a ring with the cars in, and you're just kicking the shit out of each other whilst chasing a ball around. And the other one was Cyberpunk 2077, redone in the style of Beneath a Steel Sky. I think that would be phenomenal.
Oh, okay.
Because Beneath a Steel Sky was amazing. And yes.
I once went to a talk about that by the I assume the lead writer at some gaming event. I didn't even know what the game was, but I went to a talk by it. There was no one there, so I really had to pay attention to act
Was
like.
quiz at the end?
I think I brought all of the grumpy gamers with me, and I was like, "Let's go to a talk. Let's fucking see the real games
About this game we've never seen. Or
we don't have a fucking clue what it is." Yeah,
I
12
remember when
people
Beneath
there.
Steel Sky came out. Whoa, it was revolutionary. It came on about 40 discs. It was ludicrous. This was in the days where we had the older floppy discs.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was about 12 or 15 floppy discs or something for
Did
the
you
game.
riot when they got rid of floppy disk?
I did. We'll come on to that later.
The drive. I bet
still
you
buy stuff on floppy
I bet you
disks.
fucking flipped your lid, boy.
Yeah, I've got Death Stranding 2 on 7,500 floppy disks. It's amazing.
Nice. That's tight.
It's great. Just casting back to the last question. According to Claude, episode 112 is the episode of Grumpy Gamers that we're looking for, with the Aka references and Punk on as a guest.
Fucking right, Claude.
We're going to have to check that because it's probably bullshit. But
I reckon I've got that on
right.
the YouTube somewhere.
We'll have to have a look then. Okay, next one is from Tiggles, which is, what unannounced game do you want next from either Konami or Capcom? Unannounced.
I'm biting at the bit for Breath of Fire to come back. It's like Capcom have brought everything back. Mega Man's coming back next year. No Breath of Fire. And like we've had Claire Obscure, Sea of Stars, depending what style you want to go with. Just give me a fucking dragon RPG. Yeah, cons.
Yeah, I never played that.
That doesn't shock me.
No, not about that life.
What
They
would you go with
released
them?
ports on the Game Boy Advance, and that was a summer of just RPG goodness.
I'd like another Dead Rising, but I feel like that franchise is kind of gone now.
Because when we were talking about Space Marine 2 and all the enemies that you thought were like a backdrop until they came into the arena. and
Yeah,
it's like,
until they actually just made
fuck,
their way down there.
I have to kill all these.
Mm.
I think something on that scale with zombies would be fantastic.
Mm. Yeah, I really liked I really liked the Dead Rising that came out on the release of the Xbox One. I think I had that one. Was that 3? I think there's a fourth one, isn't there? That I don't think I played that, but I really like World War Z as well. Like I just like the mass zombie stuff. Maybe slightly less cartoony, but I do actually think that zombies have kind of there was that saturation in zombie games, wasn't there? And I think that's kind of died a little bit now.
The fact,
And now I think it was probably time again for it to come back round. But I do love a zombie game.
it's just killing humans without having to feel bad about it. It's great. It's what everybody wants.
Yeah, Dead Rising was kind of where my brain went. That and Devil May Cry.
I was going to say everybody was expecting Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Over. Yeah.
Yeah, because Devil May Cry 5 came out on like PS4, didn't it?
Yeah.
2018,
Yeah, it was
maybe
time.
2019. Can't remember. It was pre-COVID, so that could be any time between then and about 2010. So yeah,
it's weird that they haven't done that because that is a big franchise, isn't it? So, yeah.
And on to the last one, which is how many games do you own physically? From Ben Blaster X.
I used to buy everything physically. I used to always go to Smith's to buy. I used to pre-order and go in. The first big game that I ever bought digitally was The Last of Us 2 because there were no physical copies available. They were sold out. So I bought The Last of Us 2 digitally, and that kind of like changed things a little bit for me. And then I realized it all took up too much space, and there's actually quite a lot of money locked up, which was just depreciating away. So I sold most of my physical games. I still have some that didn't have much value, and some that I wanted to keep. But yeah, now I'm pure digital. I'm on the PC. So and otherwise I will just buy digitally. So yeah, I actually choose not to buy physically now. I think that would upset me to buy something physically now. I'd rather buy it digitally.
Oh, we've got some good news for you coming up, Ben.
Oh yeah, I feel like it.
You ever flip that copy of Death Stranding too?
Nope.
It's a coaster now. That's what he's doing with it.
No, it's not worth anything.
It's how I spread clotted cream.
But if you keep hold of it,
I tell you why I didn't.
Years.
No, I tell you why I didn't, because I dropped it in the car park and it fucked up the case. That's why I didn't. That wasn't why I didn't sell it, because obviously.
Did you drop it or did you slam it with? Bad feeling.
But it also happened that I dropped it, and so therefore I had no real resale value, or not the same anyway. So
so we threw it out the window.
Yeah, I fucked up the whole value.
It's not like you could buy an old copy of FIFA for 50p and swap it out.
Nope, can't do it, boy.
Impossible. Yeah,
impossible.
I've got a handful in the attic of PS2 and DS games, and I think I've got a couple of GameCube games as well, but they're just odd little ones like Beautiful Joe and shit that I imported that just kind of stuck around for a bit. So I've not bought. The last physical game I bought, I think, would have been on the PS4 in 2017, 2018-ish. So I've not bought a physical game for nearly 10 years now. I've been digital for a while, so there's nothing I actively kind of own that I'm playing that's physical.
I started a GameCube. I did buy a GameCube again. I gave away my GameCube to my brother. I didn't actually give it away. I lent it to him, and then that was the end of that. And all my games. So I bought another GameCube, and I was buying the games and stuff, and I was like, I'll have a little collection of the games that I want to buy for it, and then like Fire Emblem on it was like 150 quid or something.
Oh yeah.
And then it came to like Nintendo Online, and you're like, what am I doing? This is fucking bullshit. Why am I buying any of these fucking shitty physical? What am I doing? Like, the game is literally there for fucking free with the subscriptions I have, and I'm trying to buy it for trying to find a good price on CEX, which every time I go on, it pumps up the price like a fucking airplane ticket.
Yes,
it's ridiculous. Like, yeah, so did do that for very long.
A massive physical collection, like even in the backdrop. Listener, you can't see it, but these two pricks can. 4 crates and 2 boxes of games.
Jesus. Don't know, now just melting in the background behind.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If disc rot is a thing, we will know about it. No, I kept everything, and then every generation when games, that sweet spot before like a new gen really takes in.
Yes.
Even talking about the Assassin's Creeds, I think I got like SE 1, 2, and all the Brotherhood Revelations. They're £1, £2 each pickup.
Yeah.
You spent £20 in CEX and you came out with a stack.
They were the days.
And then I've retained like the GameCube collection, Skies of Arcadia, Billy Hatcher, Phantasy Star Offline.
I did used to like go in town with the girlfriend, like dragged in, and you're like, in your mind you're like, I'm just gonna pop into CEX. I'll see what's around. I'll get something. And then it's like, yeah, I've gone into town, but then so you come out chuffed. Like, they were the days.
But now you've got to go to the bank, arrange a mortgage.
Game Boy cartridges, there's nothing but. I really have to sort them because I used to buy fucking bulk sets just to get one game.
Right.
Buying this collection is cheaper than buying that one game on its own. So it's like, I'll sell them all on. So now I've got like 7 copies of Mortal Kombat for the Game Boy.
My dad found my Game Boy in his shed, like literally last year, and gave it to it, like the original one from, must have got like 92 or something.
Like
But it still works.
bulky
Still
monochrome
works.
one.
Still, yes, absolutely. Like, still works.
It'll still work, and you can
the
kill a
screen,
man with it.
the front of the screen has kind of come off it, but it still works.
Beautiful.
Well, that's all right. Makes it easier. You can put a backlight into it now.
Fucking brilliant it is. Yeah.
Tuck the adhesive off for you.
I chucked it on. Formula One. Nigel Mansell. Fantastic.
Ben's one for hoofing around boot sales, isn't he? He occasionally posts in the Discord when he's been around a boot sale on a Sunday morning and posts loads of like retro shit that he finds.
But that would be good. Like, I bet you get some real deals there because people aren't selling it for actual value half the time. So like that's great.
It is
or
the
picking
dream
up
to
somebody's
find
like
somebody's collection for sale and they don't know about it. It's just their parents took the huff with them and dragged all their shit out.
Yeah, like £10 for a box full of 360 games or something. Oh, that'd be a
YouTube dream. Ben's dog doesn't like the idea of that. That's not. No, it's having none.
Can't even shout it anymore. I got told off for that.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't shout at dogs. Come on.
Yeah. When they're in a different country, don't shout at dogs.
Don't threaten the dog when it's in a different country. No.
If they stopped putting the fucking headset on the dog, you wouldn't hear me.
But then he'd feel left out, Punk.
Or she, I can't recall.
She.
She.
Yeah.
Misgendering a dog. What year is this?
Exactly. Sanbone, that's not on.
Sorry.
I'll
Don't
get
think
the
that was
police
me,
on
actually,
you.
But never mind. There's some new law. That's not. And that's it for feedback.
So who did you cut out of feedback? And should they feel bad?
No, they shouldn't. They should feel bad for
They should
themselves
step
for
their
asking
game
shit
up.
questions.
If you got read out, you're brilliant. If you didn't, you're shit.
Yes.
Sanbone says so.
They are the shit. These are the questions we need. Gaming themed questions, on topic questions, not how do you pay for your yacht as a super rich corporate prick.
Would
Anyway.
you rather fight a rancor? Oh yeah, news.
Yes.
News and developments. Physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. So this was a story that was announced. I thought, oh, that is a bit shit. That's not good news. I didn't expect it to blow up the way it had. So 1st of July, PlayStation blog posted an entry that detailed their intent to cease producing physical discs by January of 2028. The internet went fucking spare. They also slipped in the PS3 digital store and the Vita store would be closing as well, because that gives you extra faith in the all-digital future.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this went fucking...
Yeah. Personally, we'll go on to the internet and what they thought of it, but people aren't here for that. What did we think of it? Sanbone solo.
I personally don't care, as we've just mentioned, as in what should have been a great segue. I've not bought physical for years. This does not affect me. But I'm not in the position where I kind of buy games, trade them. I'm very much in Ben's camp with that. I've tried that. I don't do it. It's fucking pointless. I just end up with a pile of shit that's eventually worth 50p, and I throw it in the bin. So I did used to do. I've gone down the physical buy it, trade it route. So I've been digital for that long now. It's just everything for me personally is just it's no impact. But I do get the arguments around, this is how some people are able to play games, or play as many as can. They'll get it, quick turnaround, trade it back in, maybe hold that credit for the next game they want to do. I get that physical market is there, and a lot of people rely on that, which is, absolutely fair. The other piece, I guess, is then the game's preservation stuff. But I'm sure we'll get onto that, because that's probably the biggest element of the kickoff side of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was your initial reaction, Ben?
I think with these types of things, like it's best to kind of ask why we think this is happening, and I think people have jumped on the kind of corporate greed background. Yeah,
Bring back physical.
Rips knows it. But yeah, they've acted on like the kind of corporate greed initiative. But I think we need to look at it at more of an economic kind of stance, and I think there's a lot in the gaming. We can see that companies need to make more money. Like that's evident with how things are. The games industry has a profitability problem. You either
or spend less.
well, yes,
That
well,
could also work.
So you increase revenue or you decrease costs. Like exactly. There's two things, and removing physical media and the structural costs that come with that, it's a significant capital reduction for developers as well as Sony. Like this a lot of small developers, the small and medium developers, like the actual costs of bringing the game to market physically is substantial, and it's more than the 30% they'd have to pay for Sony within their marketplace. I think Sony will make more money out of this, and actually I think people should possibly be looking at and saying, well, maybe they need to make more money. Investment is flying out of the video games landscape. We're not going to be able to get games of the same standard that we're seeing now and quality if investment doesn't flow in, and if margins aren't obtained. Like there are bigger margins that they can get elsewhere. Now, obviously, there are proper arguments that people are putting forward around ownership and the marketplace and the monopoly there and the secondhand market. Yeah, absolutely understand that, but I just think gamers also need to take that one step and say, well, if we agree that developers and platform holders need to actually make more money to survive, to actually be able to keep doing what we want them to do, and you oppose digital-only games as a cost-saving measure, you oppose higher-priced games, you oppose microtransactions, you oppose subscription fees, you oppose live service monetization, like, they gotta make fucking money.
Yeah.
And you oppose AI coming into this space. That's the big one. If gamers oppose AI, this happens. They need to make money, and they're just not doing it right now. So I can see why it's happening. I can understand that it initially we'll go through the arguments against it, but I'm just saying you have to understand why, and it's not just corporate greed. I think it is actually it's almost keeping the industry as is. It's keeping the price of games as it is. People are like, oh, well, this isn't going to make games cost less. No, of course it's not going to make them cost less. But you know what games should cost? £100, £120. Like, that they should cost more to maintain what they're making. Or we reset and we just don't have those games anymore.
But is this not kind of a reaction to them raising prices to 70 because it pushed it outside this is an entertainment purchase, I can budget this monthly? It's like, you look at £70 and go, fuck, no, I'm going to wait for that, because if they're not making money selling them at 70, why are they 35 a month or two later?
Yeah, maybe it is. It's a good point about the falling prices of games, because they're not actually, you're buying the worst version of the game for the highest price on day one, just to not have not be missing out.
Used to make fun of the Fallout Game of the Year editions because people were paying £40 to get the game fixed, patched with all the DLC, whereas you played everything broken and picked everything up as it came out. It cost you 3 times as much.
Yeah. But look at games like Saros and games like that have come out, which, you know, to all intents and purposes, good, fine games, good games, and they will not make their money back. It's a loss. See you later. What? Yeah, but again, that's it.
Sorrows at the price of it. If you didn't like Returnal, and it's very closely linked to that, why are you going to take a chance on it at that price? If they bump £20 off it, maybe people go, could give it a go.
But it was so far off it. It was so far off making money, supposedly, by the numbers. Like, it's miles away.
I guess that of the three of us, Punk, you've by far got the most physical, and you probably still buy the most physical.
Yeah,
of us.
well, I still
where
would,
are you on this?
Part of this story when it came up was, right, if PlayStation aren't publish them anymore, fuck them, Fangamer will step in or somebody else. I didn't realise Fangamer still got their games printed by Sony. So this is going to put an end to limited run, all your fancy special editions. Like, by the end of next year, because I think January 2028 was very clever for a date. This is done by the end of next year, realistically.
Yeah,
It's
realistically.
not a big window. And I love buying fan gamer stuff. It would come with manuals, stickers, maps, they're like games used to be. And then things that you can't really find. Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the Xbox, I was able to pick it up for 20 on disc. It's 70 on their marketplace.
Jesus.
And never drops. Quite a rare title.
Yeah.
And that's going to get taken away. I hate the lack of option with this. Nintendo went game key cards. They lowered the price of their digital, increased the price of the physical to maybe combat the costs involved. And at least, I didn't like that either, but it's an option. If I still want physical, it's there.
Yeah. I think you're making the best point is the marketplace point. The closed ecosystem that comes of this, where they have full control over the price of something.
And
now,
I think, funny, it's fucking Sony too. As soon as you download something, your rights are gone.
Yeah, they haven't got historic goodwill with that stuff. I think I don't think that it can be as. I don't think it would be as bad as what people were thinking, because Sony couldn't. People would just change their consumer behavior. They'd sell their PlayStation, they'd get something else or something like that. Like if games are so much cheaper elsewhere, and I know you could argue that is the case with PC already.
Yes,
but if games
the buy-in for PCs
is quite high.
much,
yeah,
but not just cost-wise, but effort-wise, and there's a lot more.
Yeah, true. But if everything's got a high cost price at least, then that barrier is kind of the same across the board. And I don't think you can have a marketplace be so overpriced compared to another marketplace as a result.
Do you think, exclusives aside, because obviously the exclusive argument's one part, do you think this opens the door for the likes of the Steam machine? Because yes, we know performance-wise, it's not got the same performance as like a PS5 Pro or even to an extent a Series X or a PS5. But if you can buy that ecosystem and get your games at 20, 30, 40% discounts over what you're paying for them in the console digital stores, does it make that a viable option?
I would think for a fully knowledged up, rational consumer, yes. But I don't think either of those things are true. And the average person hasn't got full knowledge, and they are not fully rational.
We do scoff at it because we're massive nerds, but like PC is off-putting for some people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's off-putting for me. I'm fucking all in.
So I think it will help the cause of that type of thing.
Or the alternative, does Gabe just see an opportunity and put all the Steam games up to fucking 70 quid?
Yeah, you can't get them anywhere else. Cheaper.
Lads, Gabe needs a new yacht fund.
Steam kiosks around the country where you can pick up discs. So, Gabe, you've done it again.
You've done it again. Yeah. He releases a Steam machine with a disc drive. Oh, I get it.
It's the Steam Deck thing. He actually hand delivers them all. And nobody knows who he is. Oh, cheers, mate.
That's why it takes so long to be fucking delivered. Xbox have stayed quiet, obviously. One, they've got their own shit to deal with, and two, there's no point in them getting involved at this point. But
of the two companies, they seem the more likely to go digital.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I thought Helix I thought we would all be under the understanding that Helix was going to be digital.
Well, if it's a Windows device, a USB disk reader, you're golden.
I mean, this came out the blue a bit for me as well. Like you say, I didn't expect it to come from Sony, and the timing just seemed a bit odd. I mean, why?
Especially when they own the Blu-rays, they're the printers. It doesn't get more closed ecosystem than that.
No. So what are they going to do? Are they going to shut down all those manufacturing arms?
Yeah,
already.
That's exactly what they're doing. They've done it, and they're repositioning those people to a higher margin alternative. Like they are making a
microfilm for reflective purposes was the last one. Some people say they're for AI data centers. Other people say they're like for cat eyes and traffic cones.
Yes, yeah.
5G aerials. That's what.
But it's a higher margin place. The opportunity cost is larger. Like that's it. Like the margin on these discs would be so small as is, and this pushes people onto this. So the just as I understand it, if somebody buys a disc, there's a load of costs. If someone is putting their game out on a disc, there are a load of costs associated with that, including the disc. But if you go down the store route, then it's the 30%. So the argument being that for small to medium size studios and publishers, the economies of scale are so much worse, so that they're actually leaving. It's costing them more than 30%. So most of the small to medium sized developers will be better off if they were doing physical games anyway, which they may not have been. But if they were, then they'll be better off in this circumstance. And Sony will obviously be better off as well.
I think that's why you wouldn't notice a lot of indies, like the likes of Pizza Tower, Tunic, would have gone the fan gamer route or limited run, because they would work out terms. They would charge a bit more for their edition.
Own thing, yeah. What about was Expedition 33 on disc?
It was, yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Did we? This is something I probably should know the answer to, because I probably should have asked it before. But does this affect all PlayStation games, or is it just Sony first party?
Yes, all PlayStation games.
They are the only people that print discs.
So they are the only. There's no other option for.
So Capcom games, they get sent off to get printed by Sony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I get the most of the arguments against. So the arguments against, we've obviously just gone over the market monopoly there. There's the second-hand market, which we touched on as well. Like, that is a pretty big thing.
I would say that would be the major reason for it. Now, they have been accused of cooking their figures a little bit, because they released statistics to say that 15% of the customer base buy physical. Of course, second-hand market. I keep joking about it. The copy of Astrobot I had went through 7-10 people.
Yeah, but those people may or may not have bought the game otherwise.
No, they never would have. You buy a game, you lend it out, that's how you make up for the cost. You take it in turns, because it's a ridiculous price for what it is. And then they included games that were digital release only.
But their numbers, their actual official numbers, they do include. Yeah, that's true. They include games that are digital release only in those figures, but they do split out at least full edition games, and then they split the DLC, etc. separate. Now that from Sony's numbers, and these are numbers in their accounts, so you know, there's not too much cooking that can be done other than just you know, putting things like the games that were only digital, but that's just, I think it was just categorizing.
There was such disparity between those numbers and what came out from the Insomniac leak, which at one time you weren't allowed to talk about, but now they're taken as.
So the latest numbers are showing that over the last financial year, it was around 78% were digital, but in the last quarter rose up to 85%. Consumer trends have been going largely towards digital, but then the Twitter brigade, when they came out, they were quoting games to me that seemed 6 years plus old, and they were saying, look, there was 65% physical or 70% physical for this. Ghost of Tsushima sold 75%. Who gives a fuck?
I think it just ties in.
It doesn't matter.
I recall back when £70 games were still a new subject. Curry's would have it at about 55. I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Rent
Precisely.
It, trade it.
Used to go to Asda and it would be cheaper on the week of release. Like, all of that stuff existed. Last of Us 2, I was buying physically. I was always like, Smiths would usually have like £10 off on that first week or whatever for these games. Like, it all changed, and you can't be quoting, like, if you want to make a point, don't quote old data, because you're basically saying to your audience, I think you are stupid.
Especially like unofficial leaked
data. Exactly. Like, but you're quoting data and making a point that everyone immediately goes, no, but it's not now. It's not. And they've said it's trending differently. So what is your point? And then people just run with it. And you just think, wow, people to emphasize their point will just say things that make them look like morons. Like that, I don't get. But there is that. There's the second-hand market. There's the monopoly, and then the third one is the game ownership argument. And this is one which I struggle a little bit with, because it's my understanding. You get the game on the disc. Often there's a much needed day one patch. It may not even all be on the disc.
No.
There's usually some kind of download. Like, we're usually in some kind of state where that game isn't really the game that you have ever played, and maybe couldn't be played properly.
So I was even thinking of like Crimson Desert, the data on the disc, and I remember there was that on the disc. There was the preload, and then there was a day one patch. It was basically 3 full game installs by the time launch happened.
Yeah,
so
tons of them.
Like, so what are you preserving? I don't. I understand it conceptually.
Preserve that, and then you preserve the last patch, and you fucking make a baby with the 2 of them, and bang,
yeah, like
preserve game.
If you can pull it all away and out and all that kind of stuff, but you're having to do so much manipulation for this. I don't really get the physical ownership argument, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we did say that once the manuals went away, and they're basically keys. You know, they are the Half-Life 2 discs. I remember getting Half-Life 2, putting it in my PC, and it installed Steam.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
My shitey Irish internet?
Yeah, so the game key thing is, you know, a lot of games are just game keys to some extent. So, like, I think that's a very emotive argument. It requires you to have an emotional response to fully get behind that argument. So I understand if somebody is annoyed by this. I get it. Like, if you are balls deep into the second-hand market, if you're buying, selling, trading games because they're fucking expensive, and you're that's how you get your new games, then I totally get it. And also, if you're a victim of the Sony pricing on their market, I mean, the large majority of people already are, because they buy digitally and they're part of the Sony ecosystem. So largely people are part of that anyway.
The people that are that deep into it, I've noticed, all have regional accounts, so they pay less for the games.
Yeah.
Now, I would imagine if it's all digital going forward, I would imagine they're going to tighten on that.
Yeah, possibly so.
Because I played Spider-Man 2 for £20 out of Turkey.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm still ripped off.
But I like, people who say this isn't consumer friendly, I would argue this may actually be very consumer friendly, because you're not going to get any of the games that you are getting now unless something like this happens. Like, you are not getting it. Things aren't continuing.
Again, we mentioned it multiple times in this show that they have stated that they don't think they're going to get many new users, and their focus is to monetize the current user base.
Yeah, that was a hell of a statement to just come out with.
And
it is a crazy fucking statement.
This is how they do it. Like, there's no third party. You're not going to be able to get PlayStation games on CD keys loaded.
Yeah.
You can buy credits, which helps a bit, but no.
But I get it for the consumer, and it is not great, but I don't see any way out for the gaming industry at the moment. Everything that's being pushed to try and eke out more money, people are furious about and won't accept.
No.
And
I think it's just when you see Nintendo going to efforts, they still have physical, the game key cards, they are keys. You download the data, it's not there, but you can trade that in. You can give it to your friends, you can swap it. In all purposes for physical, it still behaves as one.
But I would argue that Nintendo are shirking their legal responsibilities to look after their shareholders. Because I have seen that price fucking tumble.
They were able to pay their employees more. Fuck the shareholders.
They were, but it's their legal obligation. So, you know what? They do things a bit differently over there. They do what the fuck they want.
Zelda comes out, that is going to be a massive Christmas present. You're not going to buy a voucher, stick it in a card. Even if it is a game key card, it's something you wrap up. There you go.
Hopefully that'll move it by a few percentage.
I would hope so.
Just get them sold, then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Did you see that Sony Santa Monica tweet about God of War Laufey?
I did once you put it in the doc.
Because they said, we can confirm God of War Laufey will be available on disc. Now, this is a Sony studio, and I didn't know if is it capitalizing on. Is this purposeful, or is this just? I didn't get it. I
took it as a hint of it's going to be out before January 2028, and I say it would
well,
fucking
I
want to be.
Hope so. I fucking hope.
I've
so.
seen your calendar.
Like that's like. So I didn't really, because one could be like saying, Sony Santa Monica are like Sony is so big, they're separate and they're kind of making their feelings heard or whatever. I can't imagine ever under any circumstances they would say that their PR team would do something that the overall Sony PR would disagree with. Like, that is fucking suicide for whoever did that.
The way I viewed it was that game we just showed off, it's going to be out before a year and a half's time.
They've not specified what kind of disc or if it'll be playable.
Just out in final.
Yeah, it's coming out on Laserdisc.
It's trying to distance their studios from the corporate decision making.
Well,
they
fucking had to. I don't want to skip ahead, but
it's trying to save the face of the studios.
That's the first
this has nothing to do with us, type thing.
That's the first step between segregating your entire studio from the corporation and being shut.
But like,
yeah, because we will talk about the socials now. When they posted this out, PlayStation went silent for nearly a week. It was 6 days before they made a post again. They did make a post trying to sell their fight stick, and it got absolutely fucking eviscerated.
They've just had a really bad run, because we saw during not E3, you know, everything was we want Destiny 3. You know, that dominated E3 for Sony. Yeah. Then they come out straight off the back of that and do this.
Blue Points, chopping fucking Bungie in half. You're not going to own your games anymore.
I mean, we'll obviously come on to Xbox in a minute, but it really felt like they released this hoping that Xbox had come along with a big hold my beer moment. To kind of
absolutely. Like this has dwarfed any other gaming news. When the next story with Xbox, I like this has just dominated everything, and I do as I said, I get the arguments, but I think the reaction online has been childish to say the least. I think it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I do actually think it's embarrassing. Like I really kind of I get secondhand embarrassment from it.
Well, did you see everybody started that cancel your PSN campaign? They started offering 50% discounts if you retain it.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah,
at least, which I would imagine probably worked for a lot of people. But it's this time. I mean, even this year, we've seen people with quite massive accounts get hacked, lose access.
That's another good argument. It is that's one of the other arguments. Like, obviously, if you go to an all digital position, and then your account that they have been shown to have fairly lax security, it would appear because of the Colin Moriarty issue.
PlayStation Pope, full title, please.
But that, I mean, whether that's entirely true, it doesn't matter. That's the perception. So if you can have your entire gaming life stolen, I mean, you probably can now anyway, but if you can have it taken away from you and all your money that you've spent is invested in that, it doesn't sound great to say that, like, all of your, especially if you buy games on day one and you spend a fucking fortune through there, you can spend thousands and thousands and it's worth literally nothing because you could do nothing with it. So, and unless that's an option, like, I choose to do that through my PC or whatever, but if you're forced to do that, like, you just give money and it goes away, it doesn't feel good, but I don't know what the alternatives are.
Plus, they have been introducing the dynamic pricing.
Yes.
Which for people like you and I, Ben, who would buy games quite frequently throughout the year, we get punished for playing a lot of games because we don't need to be tempted. We're FOMO monkeys.
Yes, they know I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I'm buying it.
The entire industry's driven by FOMO. If it wasn't for FOMO, then it's an entire industry driven on FOMO.
If it wasn't driven on FOMO, then everything would come out of 45 quid.
Yeah.
It's the FOMO tax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it is the FOMO. It is the FOMO tax. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Why the game's dropped to 35 quid 3 weeks down the line? Because the FOMO's gone. Then it's sold at that price to everyone it's going to sell at that price to. So,
and it's a better game.
And it's a better game. Yeah.
And I threw it in the document just to make a little point, and Forspoken is the one that jumped out because it was the biggest gap I could find in my short research. On PlayStation Store, when I made notes, the price for Forspoken, that endless classic, $64.99 on PlayStation Store. CEX has it for £6. Physical copy on Amazon has it at $11.63 new.
You know, I'm not even mad at that because even PlayStation has forgotten about Forspoken. They've just forgotten to discount it. That's okay. It's just a forgetful game. It's cool. It's cool.
Slight oversight.
You could get 10 and an eighth copies on CEX for the same price as PlayStation have it.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something about their market, but I think they have to have an overhaul of some description because people, I don't think diehard console fans who do mix up, even if you're predominantly digital and you buy some physical because it's like you want to get some deals. I think a lot of people will probably fall in that camp where they're buying a lot of the games digitally, but you know what? They're quite happy to pick up a physical game as well.
I think it's just the choice. It's always the fucking choice. Whether how you want to buy it, how you want to give this company money matters.
It does, but it just may not be possible anymore. Like the world is moving a different place, and costs are too high. Like I said, there are only so many opportunities to reduce this cost base, and otherwise things. And people say like, "Oh, gaming needs a full reset." Does it? What does that look like?
Yeah, but a gaming
what
reset would scare the piss out of you.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Like
back to 16-bit.
Yeah, exactly. Go. Like back to absolute shit cunt fucking wank games. Oh, that's nice, cool.
It was nowhere near the same extent because the internet wasn't as prevalent back then. But I remember the move from cartridges to discs back in the Mega Drive and SNES and everything else days. You know, there was a huge for the scale of what it could be. There was a kick-off then because, you know, CDs, they degrade, they scratch. You can't,
fucking loading.
It's robust. It's not.
Final Fantasy VII, fucking loading before every fucking battle.
But it's the same arguments. And it transformed, and here we are now moving into the next phase.
Also, take a bit of cost out of the console. They probably need that going forwards. Like I don't know. Like I am sympathetic to the consumer, but I'm also sympathetic to the fact that I want my fucking games.
You're a corporate shield.
Well,
Ben.
and so, I get that, but the companies have put themselves in this position. It's not the consumers that have done it, but it's the consumers that have lost options because of companies' bad planning. Why didn't Sony print their own, sell games directly, get the cut themselves? Fuck the middleman.
Yeah, that's hardly corporate oversight. That's hardly like a.
If they're getting a bum deal with
by...
something that's been in place since the fucking 90s, whose fault is it? It's not the customers. Some of them weren't even born at this stage.
Well, they're not getting a bum deal. They're still making a margin.
They are still making a margin. It's just fucking shit compared to the digital margin.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the margin is bad. The margin it's a capital market. It's a market. What are you talking about?
Because
the margin is the margin.
They through digital than they do physical. This is why they're getting rid of physical. We've talked about it quite a bit.
Well, yeah, but they can't just put the price up of the disc like massively. Like it doesn't.
No, but they can
change
market. How they ship it. They can change how it's manufactured, reduce size, reduce weight of the packaging, offer it directly from their own stores, which they can do with consoles. If you want a game, you don't go through Amazon, just go through them. Then the retailers don't get their cut. You make more on the physical sale because there's less middle management.
But you're also ignoring the opportunity cost of what they're going to be doing alternatively with their disc making.
In what sense?
Because if they still got to make the discs under what you're saying there, you're just offering another less costly way of distributing the discs. Is that right?
So if they do it directly, yeah.
Yeah,
so still retailers that they aren't happy with giving a margin to.
Still got to make the discs though, where they've got an opportunity cost to put that.
Yeah, but the cost of the disc is nothing. It's not the cost of the disc is like 15 cents per disc.
Yeah,
no, but
nothing.
the opportunity cost of what they could be doing otherwise.
Yes.
The opportunity cost.
What they could do with that fabrication facility.
Yeah, that's part of it as well. Like I think there's complex like how they're putting it together. But I don't think this is this doesn't seem like. I mean, you'd made a suggestion like they could have. This was their fault. That seems really odd. That seems a fucking wild thing to think.
They aren't happy with something that currently exists, even though it's something they've had in place for a multitude of years.
Yeah, I suppose that you think there would be another way that they could put it together and get the same outcome. I suppose. I don't know. Maybe there is, but if there were, then they probably would have explored it, right?
Like it was a different scenario at the start of the generation because every supermarket had a video game section. There were dedicated stores. That's all gone. The only place I can buy discs locally would be CEX.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting way to go, though, because it's not I don't think yes, opportunity cost aside, Ben, because I get that argument. But had they announced, actually, you can now only get physical games direct from us. So you can still get them. They're only coming direct from us, though. We're not going to sell them through Amazon. We're not going to sell them through...
I would imagine they wouldn't do your standard releases anymore. Everything from Sony would be £100 plus manual posters, stickers.
Yeah, so you're saying offer some kind of small level expensive service as an alternative to keep going, to keep it preserved.
But it wouldn't need to be expensive, would it? Because they'd be
more of a premium.
But just by not selling it through retailers, they'd be bringing 40% back on top of what they're making. They could sell it at the same price it's selling through Amazon at the minute if they were selling it direct and make 40% more than what they're currently making.
Well, that's just an arbitrary. We don't know that, right?
There was figures, wasn't there? They said typical retail costs are about 35% for somebody like an Amazon or somebody like that to sell a game. I think you had about 5% makeup, 5% was manufacturing costs. There was something like 10% licensing costs if they were included, 35% retail costs, and then the rest of it went to the publisher/developer.
Yeah, so just it seems a lot of effort to get a similar margin to pushing somebody down the digital way.
Well, they are doing. I mean, essentially, what they're doing by pushing it the digital way is they're taking that same approach, but reducing the 5% manufacturing cost.
Absolutely, precisely. Yeah. Taking that out and then just guaranteeing locking that margin in.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like you guys were saying before. When was the last time we actually had a game that you could play day one? So if there was no internet, how many games can you pick up and just walk home and go, going to play that now? And there's not many. Most of the big releases have had... what was the thing? There was a game came out recently. I don't think it was 007. 007 had a big patch. Crimson Desert had a big patch. There was another one that was literally unplayable. So you put the disc in and it just errored if you didn't have an internet connection and said, you can't play this. Fuck.
Mina the Hollower.
It was a dead recent one.
Ray tracing didn't work without the patch.
The Gothic remake.
Yeah,
apparently.
Yeah,
Gothic. If you bought Gothic on disc and put it in, it literally says, nah. You can't play this unless you download this mandatory patch.
Yeah.
So,
I think...
I don't know.
It's bad for consumers, but I think ultimately, I don't know, these things have to happen.
Boils down to the choice for me, even though I'm aware it's like the illusion of choice, because your disc is just a key for digital download.
Yeah.
I think that's the shitty bit of this. I don't think the move from physical to digital is the shitty bit. Closing the market is the shitty bit. That's the bit that's the real.
That's the market piece and the market monopoly. I think you're damn right. I think that's the thing that's bad, because I just, but taking it aside, like I said, like, look at all these big games come out, and when you've got a good, like 007 when it came out, it is broken even. Last I checked,
right? Okay,
broken even, and it sold pretty well, and it was a fucking brilliant game.
Is that the same issue the Marvel games have, where the licensing kind of cripples it for a while?
It could well be. It could well be. But it's but that, like, when a game like that comes out, and they're probably just praying to God that the Metacritic score is good, praying to God that people die, and it could so simply just like not make money. Yeah. And you'd be like, like, these games are costing a fortune now. Like, I think Saros was like 80 odd million or 70 odd million to make. But some of these games, they're costing hundreds of millions. And you just think, oh, it's such a chance. It's such a capital investment in these games, and you're not guaranteed to make it back.
Like you could release it on the wrong day.
Yeah, that's
gets
it.
overshadowed by something that just captures imagination.
And that's your window gone. And I just hate the fact that, like, I love video games. I love the new releases. I'm all into the hype cycle. I just love what we've got, and I just want everything to preserve that. Like, and the people, they have to make more. Like, and it's not corporate greed. It's just how it has to be.
Yeah, so publishers require more income, and this is the most direct way to do it.
Yeah, and what you're going to get small and medium-sized publishers going out the system. Those middlemen aren't going to exist. The ones that where there wasn't a huge marketing spend, they were just handling all the manufacturing costs of things. They're gone. Don't need that anymore. Like, there's a lot of middlemen that are going to be taken. When they talk about companies getting rid of middle management, come on to that. This is the same type of process. You're getting rid of a lot of the people. Everyone's got a fucking hand in someone's pocket. And it just removes that a little bit, or at least locks in a cost. And, you know, it's not ideal. And one company clearly is fucking winning more than anyone else. Sony are fucking rubbing their hands. They don't want to let this one go. But what do you think are the chances that it might get reversed?
I can't say.
Do you think there's zero chance, or do you think there's a non-zero chance?
Coming out of the blue, it's a short window. As I said, the January 28th, I thought was a brilliant stroke. Because if it was December 27, bigger uproar. You can't do this so quickly. At least phase it out. Oh, 2028, that's like 2 years away.
Yes, true.
It is a nice touch. But no, I don't think they're going back on this. They know what they want. And they know people will stick with them. For all the crying there is on Twitter, it doesn't matter.
I mean, is it just, if there's not going to be any other option, you know, if, as we suspect, Helix comes out all digital, then what's your other choice? You either stick with PlayStation Digital, go with Xbox Digital, or buy a PC, because nobody's buying a Switch.
Everybody's already got one.
This isn't the fucking time. They've already sold a fucking boatload. They don't need more.
But yeah, when Christmas comes around, it's just going to be Switch games in the future, because I could get my own fucking gift card.
PlayStation Store credits.
Yeah, fuck
gold-plated code.
You can go. Supposedly, you can be able to go into stores and buy the code.
Beautiful.
Because GTA 6, it is the code and box. It's still going to have the case. You can wrap that up, but it's going to be a bunch of numbers.
GTA opened the door for this.
Big time.
All digital. Open the door. And yeah.
Although I did see a pile of bollocks online that Rockstar told PlayStation to take the GTA colours off their social account while this was happening.
Did they?
Which I don't believe, but it would tickle me greatly if it did. It's like, you are getting so much shit online at the moment, and you're using the GTA 6 colour scheme. Get fucking rid of that.
That would be such a power move, but like, Sony be like, we paid you. Like, we paid you, you bastards.
I wonder if this will impact sales in the short term. You know, if people really are. Obviously, what we're seeing is the 1% again on Twitter.
We're seeing the 1%.
Yes. Yeah. But will that cascade?
I don't know. Domino's UK account, they've got their finger on the fucking pulse.
Oh, yeah, those boys. Those fucking boys.
I think that's Couch's new job.
Oh, it's just fucking brilliant. Where was that? Oh, we've not got it in the notes. There was one. I'll look it up while we're talking. It was the one where they quoted the number of pizzas, the physical pizzas they'd sold since PlayStation last posted.
Yeah, you've obviously just got a guy in head office PR for Domino's who's like a massive gamer, and he's just like, yes, we can be relevant.
We've got this.
They're bleeding, but we've got sustenance. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I'll have to find it. Their official statement, the original one, was in response to trends in the gaming industry as of the 1st of April 2027, Domino's UK will cease production of physical pizzas and shift to production of digital-only pizzas. Consumers will be able to download a full range of delicious pizza codes using the power of the imagination, enjoy them in an entirely virtual sense.
It's basically the same when you go to a fucking Pizza Hut restaurant now. You have to order at the table using the same app that you get the fucking takeaway from. They won't even take your order. Oh, can I order a pizza physically? No, you can't.
No, you can't.
You want to stress out their staff.
Fucking, it's outrageous.
Only those little robots to deliver it, and you got staffless restaurants.
I prefer that. I'd actually be all in for that.
They were at the airport.
Celebrate it.
It was like a robot that had a cat face, and it meowed at
so
you when
good.
it came up to your table. I'm
Yeah.
all for that.
Oh,
Get rid of the
Send me
fucking
that to them as
teenagers.
well.
Give me the cat robot.
fucking
Great.
dream.
It's like,
Bet that
cat
doesn't want a
robot.
tip.
Can you make sushi? This would be a dream come true for me. I just spotted the bit you added, Ben, in the notes. You can definitely tell the difference between your notes and my notes. Yeah, sentence. That's the way to do it.
Yes. A sentence with a slur. Yeah, that's mine.
Yes. And I would never do such a thing.
There it is. We've sold 172,288,912 pizzas since PlayStation last posted on Twitter. So good.
Yeah,
So
well,
yes,
let's see what happens there.
I will miss the option of physical going forward, but I mean, it basically is a digital age we're in at the moment. So
Look, it's 2 years away.
it's way off. I'll be dead
It's
by
way
then.
off. It's 2 years, man.
They've only got like 2 releases before then, so it's not really going to matter that much.
It's Wolverine and God of War, and that's it.
They should have
For
just announced
PlayStation.
only the next 2 Sony games are going to be on thingy. Then people, it's fine, yeah.
Do you reckon, like, because I assume, like, all of the like game developers and publishers around everywhere, like Ubisoft and stuff, would they have been given a heads up about this? Like,
They
they're
must have been. They can't
because
have
because that would fuck up their whole ordering schedule for like and their whole like costings. You got somebody in their like finance team going, "Oh,
It's kind of,
just finished the model for this year."
if they
Bastards.
got it or not, it wouldn't matter. They sent the order off to the printing press and they just went, nah, we don't do that anymore.
What do you mean you don't do that? No, don't do it. What? So we have to have our game? Oh shit! We're making money. Everyone's just making it rain. Oh shit! We're
do
back,
wonder-
boys. We're so fucking back.
Throwing dog shit at CEX out of their van on the way past.
Ubisoft out there. We're fucking back, boys. So back. Right, should we move over to the other game? The gaming
to
news.
the other
big
beautiful
one. The other
console.
game, yeah.
Yeah. Go on then, Ben.
Oh, right, okay, I'll take some.
You let in.
Well, I just wanted to move us on.
We're waiting on you.
yeah.
Come on.
So there was the PlayStation news, and also Xbox had some big news. Now, we talked about this over the last, I don't know how many podcasts from how many different podcasts we've done it recently. We've talked about fucking this, but here we are. So on the 6th of July, Xbox thought it'd be a good idea to get in the mix, and actually under the cover of the PlayStation news, they announced the bloodbath that was happening at the Xbox studios, and Asha Sharma posted on Twitter. She said there was going to be 3,200 layoffs over the next year, which would be 20% of the workforce. I think there was 4,800 Microsoft employees in total, which are going to go over that year. 1,600 were to be terminated on that day, so 6th of July. The rest of the Xbox staff are in limbo then for the rest of the year, going, fuck.
You really
shit.
would be wearing the shirt and tie to the office.
That you're you know what, those 2 days a week that you're compelled to be in, you're really you're showing your face a bit more.
2 hours early.
They did talk about management layers. They talked about teams being much larger than at the start of the generation, 40%. She talked about, in general, just being a leaner organization, and it seems like they're going to be focusing more on their core IPs and divesting from anything which was that kind of B-tier game or non-core kind of a game franchise.
Call before more, Ben. Call before more.
Before more. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So the core franchises are still there, but we mentioned last time we were talking about the studios that were under, the ready
The
for
chopping block.
the knife to fall on them, and it's interesting how they handled this. I think so. Double Fine and Ninja Theory and Undead Labs, those 3. So Double Fine, obviously Psychonauts, Undead Labs, State Decay, and what's the other one I mentioned?
So it was Double Fine are going independent. So our
Yes,
coalition.
and Ninja Theory. Yeah, so those all
But
those
Ninja
three.
Theory and
They've been sold off.
Labs
Yes,
have new
Yeah.
owners.
yes, but undisclosed new owners for
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Theory and Undead Labs, whereas Compulsion Games,
Yeah.
which is South of Midnight, and
Double Fine.
and Double Fine, God, are being
Released into the wild.
gifted back to management, essentially.
Well, they're going independent again. They retain their libraries. They get to keep their IP, and they've been giving budgets for their current projects.
They've been given a cash runway,
Yeah, runway.
not budgets for the projects.
It's not
They
a
have
bad
been
way of doing
given.
it.
They have been given a medium-sized rope.
I think that's fucking. I don't think you can ask for much more, really. I think that's.
Well, it says how much Xbox either valued the PR and didn't value the company. That's what it says. So they give them the rope to hang themselves, and they didn't charge them for the rope.
Yeah. We don't think you can do this, but here's everything you say you need in order to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
When people find you dead, they will know that you tied yourself up there.
Yes. Yeah, essentially.
That's what it is. And it's a good PR move because I think a lot of people, including myself, go like, wow, 3,200 layoffs, 1,600 that are happening right now. This is absolutely fucking mental. Oh, actually, they've been allowed to carry on. These IPs still exist. These ones have been sold over there. This doesn't seem as bad as it. This is a divestment and kind of moving on. It doesn't seem as bad.
I think it's
fucking
that consumer mindset. Like the layoffs are bad, and layoffs are always bad. Those are people, but no games were cancelled, no studios were closed. I say,
No.
oh, that's all right then.
But 1,600 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's what I can't remember the extent of the other layoffs that have happened, but were they similar or
They were. It was we covered it in Pure Dead Xbox. It's 1,900.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it
then
was
again,
a lot last time around again.
It's strange doing 1,600 now, which is smaller than that amount, but repeating it by the end of the fiscal year, I think. You mentioned.
I think it just shows they've not finished doing the analysis. I mean, this is no matter which way you skin it, this is shit. But from it wasn't as bad as it was kind of signaled to be, because I think the hype and everything that went around this with all the leaks and everything made it seem like it was going to be a lot worse than it actually ended up being.
The previous news story, the line of hope was, "Oh, this is bad, but just wait until you see what Xbox do."
Yeah,
and again, the layoffs are never good, but then again, they're an awfully bloated company. But no games cancelled, and the studios live for another day.
I just think, isn't it so weird that when the layoffs, because the studio was preserved, the studio is an entity, it's not a person. Like, because the studio is preserved and there were no obvious game cancellations, the perception is,
yeah, they were very careful about that. No publicly announced games were cancelled.
Yes,
Wink.
yes, because there were funding drops from like IO's fantasy game or what have you as well. But 1,600 people lost their job.
Yeah,
but
with the same to come.
But yeah, with the same to come. But no studio was closed and no games. Like it's isn't it weird how we do this? It's like but it wasn't so bad. It was like, wow.
It was like Blue Point when they closed earlier in the year. It's how were they not allowed to go independent, but the likes of Coalition and Double Fine were.
It's a PR thing. I think this is a PR
Double
thing.
Fine released Keeper and Kill independently, they'd be done.
But I think if they'd killed Double Fine and Ninja Theory, if they'd just gone like, see ya, I think that would have been a PR disaster. I think we could all agree that would be a PR disaster.
Oh yeah.
Maybe effectively just letting them have a little bit of cash, because that's all they've done really. Like the IP,
closed down Tim Schafer's studio, you would be the biggest. You would be the Prince Andrew of gaming.
Go.
It's just with previous management under Big Willie Philly, and this I think will come up a bit later with other studios that were affected. That man knew who Double Fine were. He knew who Tim Schafer was, and to have that in your portfolio, to have id, the guys that make Doom, he's that. Where Ash is probably just looking at the numbers and going, they cost this much and this is how much they sell. But they've got a rich history. I said, I don't give a fuck. They're not making money.
I mean, from a PR perspective, this is a fucking masterstroke. Because essentially, if they fail, Microsoft were right to get rid of them. If they succeed, then Microsoft enabled that.
I know. Yeah.
There's no loss.
You're right. You're right. And they haven't suffered massively from doing the closure. And I do believe that they've just gifted the rope. But we see. I would love to put Polymarket.
If they turn around now and release Psychonauts 3, oh, we were a month off finishing this, but now that Xbox don't want us, we'll get it out the door. I said, oh, fuck.
I think if I could put a bet on Polymarket that they would do another Kickstarter, I would.
Well, was it Fig? Because that was Double Fine's own. It's a Kickstarter platform, but their own Fig, because there were a few game developers that used it. So
Kickstarter all equivalent.
Well, it's just, it was like Kickstarter, except they got a bigger draw out of it. Nobody took the fucking margin off them. They still couldn't do it.
Yeah, they're going to have to get funding from somewhere, aren't they? They've just got a runway. We talked about...
Because they could make a small game. They've got the recognition. They just get it out, get it and everything. You're way off.
I don't know, because they haven't... I don't think they've got that. I don't think they've got the poll that... Yeah, they had huge Psychonauts 2, then they had huge polls directly after that.
Because I know they coasted for a little while. They remastered all their classics.
I think it's all gone.
I don't think it's gone. I think they're overstretching. I think if they did, use the same engine, use the same assets, give us a Psychonauts 3 that's got different gameplay. Don't spend a shitload of money on it. Reuse it. Get it out there. People will buy it.
So but money is just Fandango, time. Just get a sequel out.
But money is just time. Like, they're paying staff, so like
Amnesia Fortnite.
If they get a game out in 3 years, then yeah. But games tend to not take that, I suppose. So,
but for a studio like them, take them off the Microsoft seat, and they have to get leaner. They have to get things out faster. They can't spend 3
they can't fuck about with pottery anymore.
No, they can't fuck about pottery.
But at least with Kiln being out, they'll be able to survive off the rolling income from that for a while.
The recurrings, yeah.
And they've always win-win for them. Microsoft made us do Kiln. We wouldn't have done that. That was all the Microsoft corporate machine trying to get us. What we've done is, yes, there's something there. If they play it right,
I think they're dead men walking.
If the release schedule was their previous 2 titles, I'd fully agree with you. But
yes.
They don't have the Microsoft stink on them anymore. They cater to that fucking... a certain crowd of video gamers that will be all over it. They've broken off the shackles. They are now free. They'll support whatever shite they put out, which I hope they don't do and actually make a fucking Psychonauts 3 level game.
Yeah. But Ninja Theory and
Undead
Labs actually getting bought by somebody.
Have we heard anything on that yet?
And Undead Labs will finish State of Decay. So, no mention. It's undisclosed who.
But with NetEase stepping away, Tencent no longer investing, possibly only Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, because a lot of these, Embracer aren't doing their thing anymore. Like, Saudi Arabia, possibly, yeah.
At the moment, the only people buying is Saudi, and it would explain why they don't want to mention it in a press release.
That would, and they'd recognise that themselves.
Yeah, although fucking Ninja Theory being bought out, I'm not sure they'd be too impressed with that. But so I was embraced for the upcoming Bloodbath. I did think this would be the end of some studios, but
did Compulsion go independent?
Yes.
Yeah, they're dead.
What do you mean they're working on North of Midnight?
No buyers. No, not even a sniff. Not even
You're going to make me do it, aren't you? You're going to make me do it, Ben.
Every fucking episode.
Every episode.
Go on then. Have a go.
Well, nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know.
Go on then.
Single digits.
Just let us know.
It's 38. 38 people currently playing
38 people.
that game.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. Big studio, big games.
But it
Big
did
money.
seem to be Big Willie Philly got a lot of the blame for this because he got studios he liked the look of, and it's just let them create.
You know what? Like, did you hear Asher? There was that thing that went round about Asher Sharma had a talk with Sean Layden. Did he say that? Did something? Where did that rumor slash?
No,
did he
they
start
had a
that?
meeting. He was spouting off about Game Pass on Twitter, and she's like, "Oh, we should have coffee sometime."
And he said
And it
he
definitely
said
isn't for
something.
sex, you bearded marshmallow.
He said something like that you can't be the biggest publisher and be a platform. He put something like that on Twitter, right? And it just seems like I wouldn't. She probably recognizes this. Like you should listen to people, and you should listen to what they're saying. But especially people that have been in positions. However, it's also a dangerous game to be listening to people that did not continue in those positions and left that.
Sean Layden, whenever he speaks, he's known for his connection to PlayStation. He isn't renowned
absolutely.
for his current role at Tencent.
Yeah, I think like that was the way, and there's a very small sample size of what has worked down the years in gaming, because gaming has changed so quickly, and you wouldn't trust like a 1980s strategy or 1990s strategy or even 2000 strategy now. So the knowledge pool is so kind of like, it's just this happened. It's not really advice. It's just this happened. This is how it went down. So it's hard. I feel like Asha Sharma definitely is going down the kind of like a position which she thinks will work in terms of just core games, because at some point Xbox made money by having a core 4 or 5 game franchise thing and making hardware.
So there are a few updates to the story, and I think it's just because the link to the direction she's going compared to what the previous management done. So the first update we got, id Software, the stuff about this was outstanding because it sounded like they just killed them outright.
Yes.
The first story I came across it was id Software may have lost 73.5% of its staff after Xbox cuts, crippling the Doom Studios' future.
So specific.
Yeah. Now, I'm not great with maths, but I think it was 136 out of 400. That's not quite 73.5%, I don't think. Sven?
I would say it's a bit off.
Right.
Sure, use the number. Publish it.
72.8%. Is that?
It's nearer.
Close,
It's closer to 72.8%.
And it was really shit timing for the Dark Ages DLC to come out and have the id news right on top of it.
Yes.
We seen something similar with Ubisoft, with Black Flag getting its launch and the team that worked on it being let go the same day, or members of that team.
Yes.
Timing, it's important.
I mean, it does say it lost 73.5% of its staff. It doesn't say they were sacked. Maybe they just forgot where they put them. So
Well, they
just
passed.
physically lost. Yeah. They just
They're all in hell.
Yes.
Or
they're all-
Mars. I can't
yes.
remember which.
I think most team, right, if you had any business of 400 people, this is not incredibly well thought through for, but
Run with it.
Go for it.
you could make
They should be in jail.
You could make a material number of sackings and everything would operate exactly the same.
Yes.
If you've got that big, over the years there's been such layering and like the responsibility has been kind of like diluted throughout, like so many layers of the management, and nobody's actually making any decisions and all this kind of stuff. Like, unless you've just got a very flat kind of developer workforce, I imagine there probably is quite a lot of leeway that you can make. And even if that 136 is a lot, and it could have only been 50 or 60, but you've only actually lost 50 or 60 of core staff then, or 70, 80, whatever. There's a lot of wiggle room in
The
this stuff to cut
studios
people.
are mostly contractors at this moment, and the reason for that. But they said the layoffs with id in themselves, they were trying to reboot Perfect Dark, their attempt at it. They had a Westworld style sci-fi western shooter and a John Wick style game. So these 3 projects, the staff that were let go were attached to those projects, so they weren't working on Doom or Quake or whichever next
Damn,
project they
those
were on.
three those all sounded pretty cool.
They do.
Is that John Wick? Is that the John Wick game? Is that no,
not John Wick style, not an official John Wick one.
Okay.
But this is it that we did talk last episode, or I lamented about Xbox becoming a sequel factory and we wouldn't get the creative titles going forward, the Game Pass slop, and it looks like this is exactly what Ash is doing, as we will continue on. But I just thought it was interesting. One of id's founders, John Carmack, took to Twitter in the middle of all the noise, because you don't fuck with id. They're one of the granddaddies of gaming. They are holy. Like Big Willie Philly, having them on his portfolio. He's got Doom. He knows the history behind it. Asha just looks at the sales. Dark Ages hasn't broke 1 million yet. It's multi-platform, everywhere day one. Not the hugest. So,
yeah.
But he stated, "I'm saddened, but I can't muster anger or outrage over it. I don't have access to the books, but I suspect that id Software was a marginal business from Microsoft's perspective. I believe the reports that Minecraft revenues have been carrying several other studios, and it was to continue being produced long term, games need to succeed, not just be beloved. And I do think everybody loves Doom. Not everybody plays it. It's Metroid Prime."
I think that's a really good. Yeah, it's a good statement, isn't it? Like, we're in this time where this artistic time of like making these different games. It sounds great, but there's too much risk. Like, I reckon you could do that, and they probably were prepared to have something like Minecraft carry a lot of these studios, because all they're looking for is like one they're looking to build out Game Pass, and they were really investing in Game Pass. So you've got to have a lot of these new, weird, cool games coming through, and you've got to stack them up. Having lost leaders to do this, and stuff that you stand by as a business, that's absolutely fine. Like that's
get enough
not a
new
problem.
titles maybe to tempt you in, or if there's a steady supply, keep you subscribed.
However, but if the Game Pass thing isn't going to plan, and they don't, those games which are being subsidized and propped up aren't needed, because they're not doing what they're going to do. So they need to flip it. You can completely understand it.
Because I do think that's what Asha was aiming at when she mentioned Game Pass isn't paying off for them. The multi-platform releases aren't paying off for them, and the more like varied titles that aren't sequels to big hitters aren't paying off for them. So that's all going to be revised.
If we didn't know about Game Pass and we were listening to Phil Spencer say, we've got this idea and it's Game Pass, and what we're going to do is we're going to build up these studios over a number of years, and we're going to get consistent releases. There's going to be big games, there's going to be wacky games, but we're really going to pump it out. But also some of them aren't going to cover their costs, so they're going to be subsidized by these major franchises over here. And it would all sound like a very promising idea.
Yes, it would.
The problem is that we've entered a time where even the big franchises don't make their money back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you cannot rely on the revenue streams from the big franchises paying off everything and bringing in enough for everyone else. The family's got too big. You can't feed everyone now.
I think people overlook it quite a bit, that I would play a lot of Game Pass. That year at Game of the Year, when we tallied up what I had played in a year,
yes.
I get my values worth out of that. If it wasn't for that, I wasn't buying those games.
Yeah.
So it retains players that I think would have lapsed without it being available.
It is, but you see the impact of that, because they like we're talking here. If you look at Doom just as its own, Doom Eternal sold 3 million copies. Doom Eternal did well as a game. When you looked at Doom Dark Ages, now all right, there's the argument that they stepped away from the formula. That upset some people. It wasn't a Doom.
I think Eternal put more people off than
it
was difficult.
Quite possibly. It was difficult. It was very difficult.
But it felt as like Sorrows.
It was difficult, but it felt doomy. You still had the pace and everything. I think the transition into that more tanky Doom, and I'll talk about this a bit later on when we talk about what you've been playing.
Ooh.
But the Revelations DLC, I think they've realised that mistake and tried to correct it with Revelations. But I think when you look at that, just looking at the numbers, you've got this big quarter around Eternal, 3 million sales, great numbers, all that kind of stuff. Doom Dark Ages reached 3 million players, and it only sold 800,000 copies. So you're saying 2.2 million of those players got it on Game Pass? Really? Did they? How did... is that the... Oh, actually, no, it's multi-platform anyway, wasn't it? So you've got...
It was, yeah.
But still, if it's sold 800,000 copies, that's got to be all your multi-platform stuff. So that other 2.2 million have got... there's nowhere else for them apart from Game Pass.
Yeah, I wonder what it cares to make.
Yeah. And how many actual sales did they get on Xbox of that? Did Xbox see any sales revenue from Doom from its own console?
Yeah, probably very little.
Yeah, you undercut it. The id story for me was interesting because I think the timing of the layoffs, they've literally just released the Dark Ages DLC, the only one that's coming. We know that there's no others coming, so there's nothing else to work on from a recent development perspective. That'll leave gaps in QA, all kinds of stuff. But I think when you looked at the reaction, a lot of the reaction online didn't actually come from people being gutted that Doom might be impacted. There were more, most of the reactions I saw was like, how are they letting the id Tech stuff go? How are they not using id Tech on this, that, and the other? There was much more outrage around the actual id as a company and id Tech engine than there was about the specific games that might be impacted by this, which I thought was quite interesting. Because normally people jump on the franchise, don't they?
They do, yeah, because that's what people know directly.
Yeah, and that wasn't really the message with all of this, but yeah. I mean, it was all, whether it's much of a muchness or not, because id came out with a comment themselves, didn't they, a couple of days ago, to kind of quell all the rumours and say, listen, this isn't as bad as people are making out. It's been cuts across the company. We're still positioned to do what we need to do and keep developing.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's still like 30% of the workforce, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's still not not great for them, but
I want to know how many of them would have, even if it wasn't for the Xbox cuts, how much of that 30% would have gone now because of the natural transition post the release of Revelations.
Yep, and post that release, and if other games were getting like kind of cut down in there, like Pug was saying.
Your QA, your testers, people like that.
They've got just the natural cycle of things where the contractors, and I don't know whether that figure includes contractors or it's just actually, I assume it's contractors in with staff, salaried staff. But,
I mean, it's shite. It's absolutely shite.
Well, all of this stems from Game Pass, though, doesn't it? Like, all of these things, if Game Pass was a monumental success like it was hoped, and it was a strategy, it was a business strategy that they were hoping would then, the Game Pass numbers then subsidize all of these games and the production. And it was individually, these games would make losses, but actually Game Pass would subsidize everything overall. And it just didn't seem to, it obviously hasn't worked. And that's okay. It was a business strategy. And it just didn't work.
What is that thing? How much of a place would they have? Because people sniff at their amount of consoles now, but how many of those would have sold without Game Pass? I think without the service, there wouldn't be an Xbox. Yeah,
I mean, you could argue that it succeeded in preserving the lifespan and then leading us to now.
Buoyancy aid. It kept them in the game. It mightn't have saved them, but they're still there.
Yeah, it's just It's all gone south. But it was. I'd love to know fully what's going on behind the scenes, but it was just a business strategy, and not everybody wins.
Oh no!
And I really dislike the kind of like the armchair games Twitter person who says like, "I told you Game Pass could never work." Well, they obviously had models that said they could work. Yeah, like they put everything into that. It didn't work because some things don't work. Like, not everyone wins.
But again,
like, to say that you knew anything, you don't know
not a shareholder.
Anything.
And the games I've played through that service that I wouldn't have got to, I got to play games like I was a fucking game reviewer. Yeah. There's a steady flow. Great for customers, and that's all you should worry about if it's good for you, because chances are it's not going to be that good in the future.
So as the most prolific Game Pass user of us, how would that have impacted you had they not put the AAAs on there? So Expedition 33s, the stuff like that. Would you have... Because a lot of your games were like not smaller indie titles, but not the big AAA, AA releases. So if there was a Game Pass that was a little bit cheaper, didn't have those AAAs in it, for me, I think you'd still get the same value and you'd end up buying those big games anyway.
See, it's hit and miss because I mightn't. I might say I will pick up those games eventually and then never do because they fall into the backlog.
Yeah.
It's a Game Pass brings games into the highlight. Claire Obscure was a turn-based French odd RPG that I was definitely going to give a go because it was in Game Pass. I don't think
It
anybody
did look
realized
good beforehand as well, though. Like I mean, we did think before that came out that it looked wonderful.
Yeah.
I think just pre-release, I think people kind of warmed to it, but
it wouldn't have got the numbers
wasn't
it
until
did
you
if it hadn't
played
been
it.
for Game Pass. It would. There's no way.
Because the amount of people that played it for a few hours and then just went, "Oh fuck, I'm going to buy this in Steam because I adore it." Whereas
It'd just be. I know we're never going to see them, but it'd be so interesting to see the numbers and just go. What are the subscriber numbers? What are people playing on Game Pass?
just plan to enjoy it as long as I can, because if Ash is cutting corners and making things as streamlined as possible, I do think Game Pass is going to be in our sights before long.
Or Game Pass as we know it, yeah.
Yeah.
What we need
Anyway,
is Steam Pass.
the next report:
Steam Pass.
Obsidian to work on Fallout title as unannounced projects cancelled. So
Fallout 77 confirmed.
fuck your face. So this one was put across. There was no official numbers put out for Obsidian, but they kind of counted all the LinkedIn posts. So they're estimating between 60 and 70 people were let go from Obsidian, including the famous Matt Hansen, which was the individual that made the crusty old white people posts when he was working on Avowed that pretty much killed that game thanks to a bit of a culture war. So,
Yes.
Never say a
Does
layoff's
it
good,
need anything
but
else, Ben?
Good
Does it
riddance.
need anything else?
Yeah.
Good riddance.
Does it need any more comments?
It does.
Doesn't.
Good.
I
riddance.
agreed with him, but, not when you're trying to release a game. Just
See you, Matt. Dickhead.
just because you're a crusty old white guy. I know, I'm quite damped today. But the news, fuck the news. Avowed 2's been put in the back burner.
No.
That broke my heart a little bit. But
Fuck
in
the
its
gods.
place, New Vegas 2, motherfucker. Or whatever they end up calling it. So Chris Avallone mentioned that Avowed 2 not cancelled outright. He's still working on it. Josh Sawyer is working on a new Fallout project.
This is the problem. Stop working on it. Get on the stuff that's coming out. Stop
Yeah, I
wasting
would
your
say
fucking time.
Sawyer, Avallone, get them all on new Fallouts.
How about you
gimme.
stop fucking doing your shit over there? You know that's not happening. Stop fucking doing your little art. Get over there.
He loves Pillars of Eternity. It's passion. Ben, why do you hate passion?
I just annoyed with like this stuff. Like we've said this for a long time.
Yes.
The TV show came out. The second series came out. They banked on an online like live service game, which
And
has
an
had
update to
success.
Fallout 4 that broke
And an
the
update
game.
to Fallout 4, yes, and released that, and they released it on Switch and did a bit of there and all that kind of shit. But my God, this is so late. Like, when's this coming out? 31?
Who the fuck knows? If they're only starting
Like-
now, Obsidian, when they made New Vegas, were only given 18 months to do it, so they can work swift.
And I would like to think that they're going, we need to get games out quicker. We need them to be probably like more kind of focused and whatever. But whatever. On the current gaming landscape, we're talking about 30, 31. Like, fuck, I could be dead by then. Like, Jesus Christ.
Be dead tomorrow.
Like, fuck me. I just...
Heat
but
exhaustion.
The chances materially rise as you go up the years. And this is many, many years away.
So it was mentioned before that Obsidian had proposed to make a Fallout game several times, but Big Todd said, fuck off. Because there's a bit of bad blood from New Vegas when they developed that. Oh.
He said, fuck off. That TV show is going to carry the franchise. Do not worry about it.
That's all
Fucking
they need.
hell. It's such a misstep, I think.
I just think it's brilliant. Like, Ash has gone in and it's like, oh, New Vegas, that was the best Fallout. Everybody loves it. Oh, we own the guys that made that. Oh, are they making another one? No. Why not? Because the other people we own said they're not allowed. I was like, well, fuck them. You're making Fallout.
It is cool that they've done this. Because, but you've said it for years.
Oh,
Like, what? Get Obsidian fucking doing Fallout. Stop doing whatever wank, and it was
Especially
wank,
when
whatever
Fallout-
wank you were doing, and get that over
It's
there.
like Wolfenstein's getting a TV show, so there's going to be another one of them in the works. You know, they are doing this thing where media with a game to some supplement it or the other way around.
Wow, so they're going to do it at the same time as the TV show?
Imagine.
That would be amazing. But yeah, get Obsidian working on it. Like, stop them doing these fucking wank-ass projects.
But you've got In Exile, so Obsidian, In Exile are Black Isle Studios, basically spread out over different companies. Remake Fallout 1 with your Wasteland 3 engine. They just plug in gaps. Remaster fucking 3 in New Vegas. People love new old shit.
Yeah. They fucking do. In Exile, are they doing thingy?
Clockwork
are they doing
Revolution.
Clockwork, yeah, okay.
It's just Wasteland 3 would have been their isometric style, very similar to Fallout.
Yes.
Not just there, hundreds of layoffs confirmed at Elder Scrolls Online Studio as devastating Xbox cuts continue. So yes, this is 213 employees at Cinemax Online and a further 166 at Cinemax Media. The teams behind Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76.
Yes. I mean, that's a lot of people that I didn't think would be working on those games. They are big teams.
They are massive teams.
Yeah, I didn't quite
realise. You used to
realise
think when they had those events, that those were all fans. That was just the team.
Yeah. They must have been the team because they used to cheer at any fucking goddamn thing.
I have told the story before about the Bethesda Woo guys. Before E3, they had a free bar for the front row.
Oh, beautiful.
Whoa! Dragons!
That's just amazing. That is absolutely, yeah.
So I put it in the notes as well. You guys don't spend as much time as me on Twitter. I'm doubting you also spend as much time on Blue Sky as I do. Because I'm trying to promote the show, get people to listen.
Did you get yourself on Blue Sky? Both of you? I didn't realise you two were both wet.
Excuse me. I was in Blue Sky when it was invitation only, and it is the... We'll get onto it. Because the Bethesda Game Studio Union talked to Blue Sky to inform us if we're worried that the Elder Scrolls 6 will be gashed now, let Microsoft know how disappointed you are because they fired all the online staff. And I get it. Layoffs are shite. You're a union. You're meant to... look after your own. But their Blue Sky page, they had vigils for the layoffs. They had framed photos of people with candles and flowers.
Yeah, and that was a little bit...
and a very soft-looking protest.
Thing. It sounds so tragic.
I love game developers. I don't want to see any laid off. Just in the current climate, it seems that it's happening across the board. Nobody's investing in games anymore. Cuts are going to happen. And I sympathise with them. I truly do. But this was just the biggest wet wipe. I could hear my mum in the back of my head, crying as a child. Why don't you tighten the fuck up? I think people need that.
It's not helping any. I don't get any of this. And
So would you like an invite onto Blue Sky? I think it's open now, but...
No, I don't want anything to do
it
with it.
As toothless as a pensioner's orgy.
It is, but it's a better source for news than Twitter. You get more to the point.
It's Matt Piscatella's just on Blue Sky now, and I'd miss him from Twitter because pure facts right in your face.
Yeah,
no lube.
I mean, I was just having a check then, and when you look at Elder Scrolls and Fallout 76 are running at about 22,000 players between them. Regularly.
That's pretty good. Like what? Each or
combined? No, combined. About 8,000 for thinking, about 14,000 for 8,000 for Fallout and 14,000 for Elder Scrolls.
And Fallout's going to be on Game Pass as well.
As is Elder
Scrolls. Played a lot, and as is Elder Scrolls. Yeah. So they're probably rocking around about the 15 to 20,000 mark you would expect
each. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so I don't think that sounds pretty good for a live service game, doesn't it?
Yeah, assuming a chunk of them are paying, because I think Elder Scrolls has got a monthly subscription, hasn't it?
Oh, they both do. You've got Fallout first and 76.
Yeah, is the Fallout 76 one optional though? Can you play it without
optional? Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Elder Scrolls, it
Oh,
does
is
the
it?
WoW model, where once you get past a certain level, you've got to subscribe or you
That
get...
There was
makes
a while
sense,
when
and
it
you
first
should
came
have
out,
that.
Fallout First, if anybody seen the little logo beside your name to say you're a premium player, they hunted you down.
I remember that. I remember that being in the all over the place.
So you can play the whole of Fallout 76 without being without
Sub.
paying a penny.
Yeah.
Fucking
You
hell.
could shit in your hands and rub it in your face like a mud pack,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't advise it.
No, it's like playing it with half the keys on your
You-
keyboard missing.
you'd advise to have the premium.
Yeah, you get loads of
you get
XP
more.
bonuses and all kinds of
Just
stuff.
advise not to
from-
play it.
Yeah,
Well-
no, that's where you were going with it, but I was looking for the real answer.
Yes.
Well, that
No,
was the real answer. Fuck you.
Okay, right.
Elder Scrolls Online is good. I enjoy
I'm sure.
playing
Yeah,
that
no, I'm
game.
sure it is. I'm sure both of them.
No,
punches
Fallout
like that.
76, I tried it again. I mentioned in the last episode I installed it. I jumped back in, I got my character
And
to
even
like...
as a joke, just to tease me, you couldn't enjoy it.
No, I really wanted to. I thought, you know what, I'm going to like hammer that. I'm going to get a
Just
character
have
up
2
there.
years
I'm
worth
gonna-
of videos up on the YouTube.
Yeah, just Fallout 76, Punk plays, and you won't be able to refute it because you've not got the bandwidth to take the videos down. So you just pretend to be you playing it. Or, yeah, no, but it's so...
I did try at Christmas and
Yeah.
gave that one up after a few hours.
So that, in the summary, is the layoffs. As I said, I don't know if it's just optics, but it wasn't the bloodbath I was expecting.
It wasn't, but I think combined, when you look at the combined few weeks that Xbox and PlayStation have had, it's just been... I think a couple of things. I think we had the Steam Machine release, which was just a dead dog. You then got the PlayStation stuff around the physical media, and then you got the Xbox stuff, and it's just been a bit of a shitty time for gaming.
I've enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, you would. You're a...
No, but I just find it enjoyable. It's
Gaming
a lot
sadist.
going on.
Tweaking
it's
his
not
nipples all
really.
week.
It's
But
not
for
really
people-
killing my life, is it? Like
for
I
people that
find it quite
enjoy the
fun.
hobby, Ben,
I find it quite. It's quite
impact.
fun though. Like to be when
Again,
you're
I'm
involved in the
looking
news
at
and
it
stuff.
as an enthusiast. No games cancelled. Studios continue to live, and
Yes.
that's kind of... On our last recording, I didn't think we were going to finish with that scenario.
No.
No, you no. But it's that thing. Like you'll listen to a lot of podcasts and they'll be like, oh yeah, no, such shit news. Yeah, I suppose it is, but it doesn't really impact my life. But I find it quite interesting. I find it interesting as why things are happening. I find it quite interesting to how the industry is moving on and how it's trying to cope with the margins that are currently happening. So yeah,
It's
I find
fascinating. From that perspective, it's fascinating. It really
Yeah,
is. And
exactly.
Like I said, I'd love
I
to
find
see
it
the
real.
numbers.
really, really interesting. So and to see how things are progressing and yeah.
But for the not 0.01% that find that stuff interesting, for the rest of the 1%,
With those that have
For the rest,
empathy.
for the rest of the 1%. Yeah.
the
It's
1% of the 1%, Ben. That's the key.
Yes, it's not great.
No.
Sure. It's not great.
So I was in the notes comparing it to Capcom because people forget they had their rough patch back in like 2018 where they had to reduce numbers, close the studio, kind of stop doing creative titles and just stick to Monster Hunter, Resident Evil. Just keep releasing sequels, get Street Fighter
Look
right.
how that worked out. Fucking shit.
Yeah, look at them now. But
Load of shit.
That's the model.
in their purple patch we're in at the moment, you kind of forget that, yeah, after Resident Evil 6 came out, it was kind of, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Something's not working here.
You know what Capcom did, though? They focused on their core.
Yeah, they
They got
did.
rid of
Core before
everything
more.
else. They
Core
focused
before
on the
more.
core.
They
and
did.
Years later, we have games like Pragmata and
They went. They
Makers
went
before
full Resi.
managers.
Makers Before Managers. That's what you
I
need.
can't remember any of the others. I need them to. That's so. Not only do I need Steam DB, I need the Microsoft tenants up.
That's what I mean, with her 10 Commandments and the letter when this was first coming around. Like, she did signpost everything that was coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But she's been quite apart from her like things on Twitter where she just writes her message. She's she's kept her beak out of it really.
Yeah.
Beyond that, hasn't she?
Relatively, yeah.
Let PlayStation just absorb all the glancing blows of gamers just fucking rioting.
Right. Will we fire through the last of these? Because, fuck you
Let's.
two.
Because
Yes.
yeah, they were lengthy game discussions. Okay.
So I just wanted to put Christopher Dring in because he's a cunt and said Obsidian was going to be killed, and I hate him, and he never gets pulled up for his lies and bullshit, and then tries to turn around and say he's not a games journalist, even though he is the main source and the quote for all the game journalist stories that cropped up over this. He's a cockeyed cunt, and I hate him.
Yeah, I don't really hold that much ill will, but when he said, I'm not actually a games journalist, so it's all irrelevant anyway. Well, shut up then, because you're just basically saying everything I'm saying is irrelevant. So just don't say it. If that's the way you feel about yourself,
it's the
don't
same
say
with like Jez Corden on his Xbox podcast. People take a quote out of that, and then you've got like a week's worth of news stories. I say, oh no, we were just doing an imagination bit. Wouldn't it be funny if this happened? It's not a prediction. So
Yeah.
he does that to himself, so fuck him. The game's business. If you see it, click away. Who wants the Steam Machine story? Because Dreamcast guy's review is in, and spoiler, it's a little box of shite.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it isn't. But it is. It's an expensive box. That's the problem. But we had the red line of death, didn't we? Now, I've not looked at this one since this first came up, but was this literally just one guy? Or
It's
is there now
one
a
guy on
plague?
Reddit that a lot of people made news stories around. I have complained about Kotaku before. I knew
Yes.
that website was dead when they reposted like day old whatever was on top of Reddit gaming, and they tried to make a story out of it. This is basically what Eurogamer's doing now, so they're for the bin.
But everyone hooked on it, and like everyone, it was like Steam Machine's DOA, and every one of them linked back to this single Reddit post for one guy who got this red line of death because it's got a GPU failure or something. And you'd have thought like 80% of them were dead on arrival.
So the red line signifies there could be a GPU issue and it won't boot up to preserve the unit.
Yeah.
Apparently, firmware updates, golden after that. Not the light.
Nice.
I think it's blue normally, not golden. But
I still haven't got my email saying that I could buy one. So they are, they're all sold out and everything, and they're not gonna. And I go on the Reddit, the subreddit all the time, and everyone's so excited to be getting their messages and actually getting them.
As we said last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, there'll be a whole host of people where this will be fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It'll run things at 1080p. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be quiet. It'll do everything they want it to do.
Yeah, you can get a PS5 standard thing to sit under your TV that plays your computer games.
Yeah.
it's a jumped up Steam Deck, and I love that thing.
Yeah.
I'd love
It's
this
just
if
the
the price
price.
is right. Yeah,
It's just the price.
The price
It's just
is the
the
killer.
price. Yeah, I'd have 5.
I know you would.
Yes, obviously, because
Coasters.
that's one per hand and foot and one for your head.
Create like one long stilt.
Stilt.
Stuff them down your trousers before a Saturday night. Ben's in
Share
town.
of Steam Decks. So yeah, it was a bit of a non-story, wasn't it? But everyone made the fucking most of it because they wanted some drama around the Steam Machine.
It's one of those ones I've seen crop up that often. It's like, oh yeah, I have to put this in. It's a load of bollocks, but it's been talked about.
It was everywhere. It went everywhere. Everyone had a fucking article on it. It was ridiculous.
Our final story then is there are previews for The Blood of the Dawnwalker, which comes out on the 3rd of September. I saw you linked the preview here, Punk. I clicked on it and I started reading it, and I don't like reading previews really. I read the last paragraph I read the first paragraph and the last paragraph, and I was like, okay, sounds pretty good. But
So
you've
the
read it,
story
right?
I linked to was from Loot Level Chill, and it was Kieran Singh, or McPoo as he's known online, and it was just, when you can just sense somebody's glee as you read something. Like, that fucker loved this game. A bit raging he got to play it and we didn't. The cunt.
He got 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's big time.
I love to see that giddiness about games. It's like, oh yeah, they're still class. There's so much shit going on, but games are still class.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was positive about it, wasn't they? I've not seen a bad.
I think this looks like new old shit.
It's The Witcher 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think this looks like new old shit, and new old shit is great.
It's The Witcher 3.5. But yeah, looks
And
class.
with
The
that,
more I say
shall
of it.
we get on to what we've been playing? Because fuck, we talk some shite.
Yes, we do. Yes, that's a long discussion on grimness.
So I will go first because it's one we've talked about a lot before, so it'll not be that long.
Yes.
I played Pragmata.
Woohoo!
Good stuff.
I really
wanted to hate
disagree
this,
with
didn't
you, cunts, yeah. I hate kids. But from that very first high five with my little Android adopted child, I was entirely smitten with this game. Like, just being in the game.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't think I'd enjoy as much is just the layout of the levels. This is like baby's first Metroidvania, basically.
Yeah.
I just return to old levels with your new abilities and being able to get everywhere and skip about once I got all the thruster upgrades, because fuck, you need those. I love this. No faults. It's just, yeah.
It's just good, right?
Yeah.
It's just good. It's just good.
It's so good.
Normally I go into what the game is, what it's about, but like you guys have talked about this in the show before. Sanbone, you've got the video on YouTube covering it. I'd just be repeating that. Not one to be slapped on. I was expecting shadow drops at not E3, so I think it was keeping like the plate clean, waiting for something to drop, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So it's like between this and 007, and I went Pragmata, and I'm glad I did.
Well, this is the thing,
I
like,
think
because
you made the right choice.
You probably did make the right choice. I like, those are the two games that I really wanted you to play because I really wanted to get what you thought about it. I think, did I play it first, Sanbone, and then you played it? You played it at the same time, but slightly after me. Or
I think I finished it after you. I think you finished it before I did.
Yeah, so because I remember first playing it and just being like, "Oh, this is good."
Well, if we're going to split hairs here, I don't think either of you actually finished it. I did.
That's not.
I don't. It's not that I don't respect it. I just have I put no value in it.
No, that tested me. When you finish the game, you unlock what's called lunatic mode, which is very, very hard mode.
Yeah,
it slapped me about something silly.
I bet it did. Yeah.
I never, when I played the campaign originally, I never once thought, "Oh, Dark Souls." Playing lunatic mode, and it's like, I have fucking breezed through Dark Souls. I have never struggled this much from soft game.
But I could imagine that, because like in some of, like, you have some close calls in some of the, there's like specific areas that you go into and you've got to kill everything in that.
There's the very last level, I'll not mention possible spoilers. There's like a rectangle you get locked in just before the door. Never even thought about it in the campaign. Lunatic mode. Fuck me, and fuck you, and fuck everybody involved with the game. I just could not get a fucking handle on it at all.
I reckon that final boss must have been pretty tough, because the final boss was a bit of a step up.
If there wasn't a heat wave, I would have been sweating anyway.
That
was fucking ridiculous. It just,
that
no hit run.
That final boss, like the first time I went up and I did the run to the boss, I didn't realize that there was a save point, like,
at
just
the
like
door.
Outside at the door. I was like, and I died. I was like, oh, this is a fucking. I was like, how is the game? Why has this happened? Like, why is it now? There's a fucking boss run. Like, but yeah, it's
but yeah,
fucking great game.
I love how Capcom did that, because I could have just played through the campaign and been absolutely content with that.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go back and mop up every single level. I did. The challenges, didn't have to do all them. I did.
Those challenges are so good.
Oh, they're amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
Once you work out, they're like little riddles.
The game just does nothing wrong.
Yes,
it does nothing wrong.
It's fantastic, and as you said, like the other game that I'd kind of like you to play, but I don't know whether you like it. I loved it, obviously, but the 007 I thought was amazing. But it's just, it'd be interesting to get your take on it. But it's not one
your
that I
fucking
guarantee.
Steam account, I'll play it.
But I tried. We tried this, and it all went Pete Tong.
Wasn't there sign-on requirements?
You have to live together.
Yeah, we had to live.
We're in a bunker.
Live in the same country. We had to live in the same country. It said just fucking. But your account, albeit bunker together, your account still says Ireland. And, so they called that one out as soon as I got there. So no, we can't do that. But yeah,
VK on it. My grandfather'd be rolling in his grave.
But yeah, I'm interested because obviously Sambo liked it, not in love with it as much as I was. But yeah, really interesting your take on that one. But we're just about to enter the season where all the games come out, so
Yeah.
maybe not.
Fuck that.
Yeah, shall I go next?
Go. Yep.
I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, so I got the remake, Resynced. I only briefly played the original on the Switch, so because it was cheap at the time, so I bought it. But I never played it back in the day. And we are in the age of new old shit, so here we are. It's a game that you start playing and you're like, oh, they haven't overdone the mechanics because it is like, what was it, 360 or something like that?
It was, yeah.
It's like it's old school mechanics of like run over stuff, pick it up. Like nothing's too complicated, nothing's overdeveloped, but at the same time, it's modern. It looks absolutely wonderful, and it seems to have modernized a lot of things that people were saying were annoyances, like the stealth missions, things like that. Now, if you're spotted in various things, you just beat everyone up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
The combat is pretty fun. The actual, like, it's got like a parry system in it, so if you parry at the right time, then you get like, you can do like insta kills, and it's of the era of Assassin's Creed where you can just kill anyone. Like, you just fucking walk up, get assassination kill. Doesn't matter if it's prime target and all that kind of
the
stuff.
RPG ones, you jumped off a roof, dropped 100 feet, landed in somebody's head with a blade in the back of their skull, and you took off a quarter of their health bar. I was like,
exactly.
Right, okay. Well, but I'll be cheeky. I've also been playing this, Ben.
Oh, good. Yeah, okay. So, you did mention that you might be. So, and you did put a picture up as well. So I thought you might be as
maybe.
well. But
yeah. So I did play this on the 360. I completed the fuck out of it. I loved this one. I really enjoyed it, even though it's probably the least Assassin's Creed game in the series. At the moment, I've just fully upgraded the hideout you come across. I'm battering the English, I'm stealing their money, I'm upgrading my ship, I'm just loving life. It's like a virtual holiday. I'm in the West Indies, loving life, drinking rum, battering people.
It is nice when you get to that point, you're just like, I'm just going to spend some time taking out ships. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to get resources. I'm just going to build this place up. I'm going to do my ship up a bit. I'm just going to have fun for a bit.
When you go back to the main story, I say, who the fuck are you, cunt? Where am I?
Yeah, but I do like the number of side activities, the number of optional things that you can do in the game is extensive, and it seems like a game that is not in a rush. Like, I love games where it's like, choose what you do now, and one of those things can be just fucking some shit up and getting resources and building your own thing up. Like, that's nice to do. And I think the sea battles, I know they were always commended and people always said that they are brilliant. Like, they're really, really fun. And the sea, like riding the waves when they're a bit like...
Because they've added a few, the rogue storms that come unaware, things like that,
and
just to
great.
spice it up. Yeah.
Just the rogue storms, you get the rogue waves come in, you get these fucking tornadoes coming, hit lightning. It's just, it's a real fun time. And like, take out a ship. Okay, do I take the ship? Do I repair my ship? Do I
do love that, whatever, when you're in like the midst of a fleet and there's 5 ships and you're just repairing yourself after each one.
And you've got like a massive battle. You're like, right, okay, I'll quickly go and board that one. Right, just repair up. Now I just go, nobody will tap me while I'm just doing this one.
It's that loop of, right, you're boarding a ship, let go of the wheel, there's a lift that'll take you up to the mast. From the mast, you run up, because there might be gunners. Pop, they're done. They're not going to annoy me. Pop down, cut the flag, or don't. Pop down, start murdering everything. This is my ship now. It's like, right, and I'll do it again.
It got a lovely flow to it, and it just seems like one of those games that it's a bit of a treat to play. It just feels nice. It feels good graphically. It looks really, really nice. I'd forgive anyone who hadn't played the original and just saw this and they'd be like, oh, it's just a new Assassin's Creed. I don't think there's anything really to it that says it's not like it's an old game. Like, I think I think if you've played the old one, you'll be able to go like, oh, okay, yeah, that's aged, not aged well. Something
changes, the parkour and running's definitely improved. one thing I noticed they've done, the shanty sheets you can collect
Yep,
for
yep.
songs. They're a lot kinder in this than they were in the original.
Oh, okay.
They were
right.
bastards in the original. And the parry things changed because you parry and then you can take them down. But I think it used to be like the Y button for a counter that killed them instantly.
Yeah, I read somewhere that it said that the combat was it was even more simple, more Arkham, more simple.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
The only thing that catches me, the blue flashes seem to come off screen. I can't bring the camera out enough to get behind me a lot.
Yeah. Sometimes you get caught from an off-screen.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just it's like a sixth sense, and you press it and you parry and you didn't even see it. But it's so there is some kind of risk reward there. The combat's not hard, but also I do feel like, because I got it through Ubisoft Plus and you get the deluxe edition, therefore you get like a pretty good sword from the outset, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna use it. So I feel like you are a bit OP at the start, but with the sword and stuff.
I mentioned to you about a sword that was in the original, and it's great, and it was a reward for doing all the bounties. But I see it available in the shop, general shop. It's a gold edition sword, like very expensive. I say, oh, have they just taken the bounties out? Maybe
just put it to there.
Yeah.
I was assuming. Do you know what I'm talking about in terms of the deluxe sword that you get, like Blackbeard's sword or something?
There's two you get.
Yes, there's two. There's a crimson one and another one,
pistols
right?
as well.
Yeah, you get pistols. But I was assuming that those swords would
scale
quickly become irrelevant as you get other swords or something like that. But
it doesn't seem to be the case. No.
So far they just seem like pretty good swords. Which is a bit like, I'm always like, I didn't want that actually, but now I've got it. I'm like, I gotta use it. So I'd rather not have it. Please, if it's actually just making me
it's the same
more
as
OP.
The Yakuza games. If you get the deluxe edition, you normally have items that help with side stories, side games, and if you didn't have them in the base game, you could still do it, but it'd probably take you like 20 hours more.
Yeah. It just makes me feel a bit dirty using those weapons, but Lord, I'll do it. But I also like that
you're a pirate.
Really hard enemy comes along, or really hard, relatively speaking. Like they've got a big fucking hammer or something, and you're like, you just get out your gun, shoot him in the face.
Yep.
Dead. It's not like, it takes a bit of help. No, they're dead. That feels good.
Currently harpooning, because I forgot how much you had to murder animals in this game.
Fucking hell, you have to throw a lot of those harpoons.
Yeah. Peter weren't fans of this game when it came out, but I think bullhead shark or hammerhead shark I need for the 4th holster for the pistols, because once you get that, class. So many dead English.
Yeah, it's really enjoyable, and I think it's just one, because I like a game. It's not an RPG. It's just an action game that you're having fun with, and you just develop certain things. And I love the fact that you can just fucking kill anyone. Like, it's more about doing the game. Yeah. Okay, we're talking about an old ass game, but it looks like a new one. So.
I just listen to all that and just think, how did they fuck up Skull and Bones so badly?
Oh yeah, no, they're just completely Skull and Bones. They completely miss the point. It seems like there's so many things in this. Like, even when you're like the boarding of the ships and things, and like everything happens so it seems like almost organically. Like you press it to board, and then it pulls you in, but it, depending on where you are, it pulls you in a slightly different manner, and it'll take its time, and it's just like, yeah, it all feels real to an extent. Like it feels like, but it's a game. It's such a game.
So you don't even realize it as you're sailing through, but you're putting up like half mast, full mast. Like,
yes.
All the instructions getting roared out, and it's like, oh, this isn't the same line every time. It's like, it depends what way you're facing, what direction you are, how fast the wind is.
When they say the thing, they're like, starboard, port side, and I'm like, Ben, you got to learn which one that is. Okay, starboard's over there. You couldn't learn this shit now. But I find the sailing is really good. It's the sea mechanics for me are cool.
So they've jazzed up the fleet system as well. so you control that from your mansion. I haven't done
Yes, you do. Yeah.
a lot.
I haven't done like I've put ships in the fleet, but I haven't really gone back to the desk and like done it yet.
Because you could do it from your boat. So every so often you went into your cabin on the Jackdaw and controlled it from there, but it was online, and I sank a lot of hours into that.
Yeah, I can see myself playing because this is a long game as well. It's not a short. I think it's, by the sounds of it, it's a 35 to 50 hour game. If you're just like 35, if you're just kind of motoring through, and it's a 50 hour for most.
If you're
I think
doing every fort legendary battle, doing the hunt, it all adds up.
Yeah. So it sounds like a good old time. There are many games coming out, and yeah, I think this one's a bloody good one, and it's not full price, is it? I think I got it for 40 or 39.
Do you know Ubisoft Plus it?
Yeah, I thought.
Oh, that was me. That was me looking at the price. Yeah. No, I did Ubisoft price. I could have got it for 40 or 49 offloaded, I think it was. Yes, no, I do. I don't own it, actually. Ubisoft Plus. But the reason I was checking, actually, was because I didn't know whether my Steam controller would work by putting Ubisoft Plus, Ubisoft Connect as a non-Steam game, but the Steam controller does work if you put Ubisoft Connect as a non-Steam game.
Nice.
So I have been using my Steam controller because in my mind it was if I on Ubisoft Plus, if I couldn't use my Steam controller, I was going to buy the game, because that's what I'm like now.
Corporate simp.
Absolutely. Right, I'll do mine then. So, Doom the Dark Ages, I was playing that last time we played. I finished the main campaign, which I thoroughly enjoyed by the end of it. Like I say, just making those tweaks to the gameplay, getting the difficulty right and getting the game speed. I was proper into a good
I was
rhythm
kicking
by the
myself
end
I
of it.
didn't do the same for my playthrough.
Yeah, it feels so much nicer. You can't, especially the shield becomes a proper parry mechanic.
Yeah, you're not waiting on it.
You're not waiting. It is like, it just starts to, just by speeding it up that little bit, it becomes part of the flow. You're switching, like you're jumping in, you're using the shield to jump into a group, you jump out of the group, you parry something off, you double barrel shotgun them in the face, you turn around, you're parrying something else. It just makes the combat flow so much better, just being that little bit faster. So yeah, really enjoyed that. I need to go. I do want to go back actually and do some of it because I've missed quite a lot on a few of the levels. I wasn't like hunting down all the corners because I kind of wanted to get through the campaign so I could start Revelations when that came out.
Because they're quite grand maps. You know, if you are into the hunting down everything.
Yeah, some of them are massive. Like I've mainlined a couple of the ones. I think it's somewhere like chapters 17, 18, 19 maybe. I've just kind of mainlined with a little bit of side on the campaign, and they're showing as like 25% complete. You know, they're not showing as complete at all. And there's some of them you can't do, I don't think, because you've got to complete the game to unlock the master key, and then the master key allows you to go back and do some of the areas. So there's certain things that you couldn't do on your first playthrough anyway. So yeah, really enjoyed that, and that made me kind of properly look forward to Revelations. So pick Revelations up. 13 quid. 13 quid unloaded. Couldn't argue
that's pretty
with
good.
That. Yeah. Because I nearly rebought the whole thing on Steam just to have it with the rest. But yeah, 13 quid for the DLC, I couldn't argue. So jumped into that and had to play the first hour and a half twice because I was planning on doing a YouTube video for this. And on my first playthrough, I recorded the wrong audio stream in OBS, which was good. So I had a really good video of me playing through with like just the microphone from my headphones just sniffling all the time rather than any game audio whatsoever. So that was brilliant. So I've played the first hour and a half twice. However, interest in this. So Revelations picks up literally straight off the back of the main campaign. Carries on the story through where you go and see Hell's High Council, and then you get banished to Purgatory by Hell. So he walks in like, I'm the badass. And they do quite a good job at the beginning. Like, I had to check the difficulty level I was playing it on, because just for the first, 15 minutes as you're making your way to Hell's High Council, you are kicking the shit out of everything. Like, way easier than you were in the first game. But it becomes apparent they've done that on purpose, because you feel like a proper badass. You drop through, you go to Hell's High Council, they stick you down in Purgatory, you drop through to, this ice world, where some random monster-ass looking lad comes along and picks you up because you're basically dead, and nurtures you back to life. I know, it's nice, isn't it? It's lovely. But your armour's fucked and your shield's fucked. So you're now the Slayer, but with no armour and no shield. So what that does is really reduce how tanky you are. Mm-hmm. So I've been taking a lot of damage and having to run away from things because I'm in that I'm in that tanky mentality, and you just can't. Because you just, like, you've got a fur fucking cloth on now, and that's it. So
it reminds me, when I finished Doom Eternal, I got invited on to play Halo 1 or 2 co-op, the campaign, and I was just still in Doom mode. I was running up to things with a shotgun, and I was like, no, that doesn't work here. You need
immediately dead. Yeah.
Change gear a wee bit.
And that's it. So what they've done, so you get a new weapon, you get a spear, which is, it replaces the shield in that the spear now has the parry mechanic built in. So you're not doing a block, you're actually doing a swing with the spear to destroy enemies, to parry. But then it's also a grappling hook as well. And the grappling mechanic works directionally. So if you just hit the grapple, don't do anything, you fly in a straight line. But if you're using A and D, you can actually fly around things. You can use it as like a proper lashing yourself about, up and down work as well. So WAS and D, when you're on that, allow you to really control yourself through the air. And you've got to do. So this is what I was saying earlier about, I think they've learnt from maybe how slow Doom Dark Ages felt, because now you're a lot weaker, so you can't stand and do the damage, and you've got this ability to basically fly yourself across the map using the thingy and do some fucking phenomenal damage with it. So it's taking a bit of getting used to, because you're not in that tanky thing, but some of the stuff you can do.
Eternal from a design point of view?
Little bit. Everything's a lot more vertical. A hell of a lot. Because Dark... Yes, the dog agrees. Yeah, absolutely.
Bring back physical.
Yeah, there's a lot more verticality to the levels, because Dark Ages was obviously quite flat, because you didn't really have many ways of getting around. But there's shitloads more verticality, even in the bit that I've played now. And some of the stuff, like the Cacodemon equivalents that are in this now, I just had one moment where it's got its shield thing up. I was strafing around it just to make sure it didn't kill me. As soon as the shield went down, grappled into its face, up, hit it with the spear, dropped back, double barrel shotgunned it in the face, grappled into it again with the spear, just as it was into its like weak finishing move mode. And then as I flew up with the spear, because the other thing with the spear, if somebody's in, that weakened state where they're flashing and you can do the finishing moves on them, it automatically does that if you spear them. So you don't have to then do the finishing move to do it. As soon as you hit a weak enemy with the spear, you fly over and you just finish him immediately. So I'm up into this Cacodemon, kick it, hit it, double shotgun in the face, back in with the arrow, just boot it across the map, and then dropped on the way down, caught another guy, flew. So I think I'm still getting used to it, but I think the movements and stuff, it feels a lot of fun. It feels like you're going to be able to have a great time with it.
That does sound like it changed it up well.
It does. It really allows you to get that again. It's that flow state that was missing a little bit. I'm still playing it at the higher. I'm still playing at the increased speed, but I think I could actually get away with playing it a bit slower, and still feel decent from it. But yeah, it's good. I'm only an hour and a half in so far. There's a lot of content to it. Apparently, just to go mainline the campaign's about 8 hours on the DLC.
Oh, chunky.
Yeah, and then about 17, 18 hours, apparently, if you're going to do all the side stuff as well. So there's a lot in it.
That is a lot for a DLC for 13 quid.
Yes.
It's it's just come out. That's pretty good.
There's no wonder they're having to lay people off, Ben. That's the thing.
You've robbed them.
Charging more.
Value, yes. So yeah, really good. I'll sticking through it. I'm going to put the whole playthrough up on YouTube as well, because I've got the first bit up. I'll put it.
Whatever keeps you off Star Citizen, I'm all for.
Yeah, fine. I've not been playing Star Citizen because it's still fucked and won't run properly.
On your 3 monitors?
On my 3 monitors. We'll get on to that. So yeah, Doom, really good. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I started Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I started not thinking I would like this, and it's good. I like it.
How far are you in?
And I'm 8 hours maybe, but I've got no idea. I've not finished the first mission yet, I don't think. So
you won't do.
No, I've not gone to the wedding yet. No, nothing like.
That's off.
And that seems to be where it's sending me. But that's literally like the first thing. So I've just been in the world. I've been learning what I can do. I've been getting arrested a couple of times because I'm doing stupid shit. I got arrested for not having a torch out because I forgot what the torch key was. And I was walking around at night, so I ended up in jail for that. I accidentally robbed something because I pressed the wrong key and got caught for that and jailed. But I'm getting kind of, I've not been jailed for a while now. And I've gone down the blacksmithing route, so I've started. But it's just nice. I know you guys have both played it, but I'm finding the systems nicely paced.
Mm-hmm.
You can, like, it's letting me learn. It's not like killing me because I'm starving immediately. I'm not, like you said, Punk, you're really, really weak. You feel like you can do nothing at the beginning. But even a couple of small upgrades, and I'm feeling like a little bit more, a little bit better.
I do like the blacksmithing because not only do you get a bed out of it, which is a genuine lifesaver in that world, you make things, you upgrade that skill, you get better at making those things, you can sell them, then you can upgrade your own gear, which is such a nice start.
Just getting the repair kit. The repair
Isn't
kit
like when
is
you're
so valuable.
talking about Henry starving in the game world, and it's like, oh yeah, you can find like beehives, and once it seems obvious. I didn't know at the start.
No.
I say, oh, there's so much stuff you can do.
Given how the game was playing, I just assumed if I walk up to a beehive, I'm going to get attacked by an angry swarm of bees and die.
So there are some you can knock out of trees and kind of wait and go get your honey, because honey never goes off, because you can get all the food you want, but it spoils in your bag.
Yeah. No, I've been up until this point. I've been like scrounging around on apples and bits of bread and running into people's kitchens and nicking a bowl of soup before they catch me, and then leaving again. But no, I think it'll be a bit of a slow burn for me just because of everything else I'm playing at the minute. But it's
genuinely
really
the best way to play it. It's not one that can be speed ran.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like something that if I'm doing a few hours of, like, I don't know, if you get 5 or 6 hours in a week and just slowly but surely get through it. But yeah, and it looks great. Man alive, it's a good looking game.
Oh, it's really it runs on everything. So
yeah,
it's the Cry
really,
engine, isn't
really
it?
good.
I think so.
It works on every handheld, like at a really high frame rate. Like on the Xbox Ally X, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where I played it through.
It's really, really, really nice.
Couldn't get the
great.
lossless scaling to work on it. I got like a fisheye lens.
Yeah, you said that actually. Yeah, you said that because it doesn't. Originally at launch anyway, it didn't have a lot in. It didn't do frame gen and stuff like that. So I don't know if it does now.
I think it's in the options now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because it didn't. Yeah, it didn't. So that was the only way.
So yes, I'll definitely stick to that, and I will feedback as I play through it, and no doubt die in many different ways and get arrested. I really need a horse. I need a horse. Properly.
Yeah, you get one.
I'm not looking anything up either because I feel it's giving me a good sense
way.
of discovery. It's like I just want to work this out. I've been so tempted to steal a horse like multiple times, but I'm convinced if I do it, I'm just going to be like ruined and everyone's going to hate me and I'm going to be under it. So I'm not doing it.
Oh no,
there's a
plugging away.
Yeah.
Opportunity arises if you stick with it long enough.
Yes.
There's one part with a horse early on, which I think I did that like section of the mission.
Is that the bandits?
15 times. Yeah. It stressed me out so fucking much. Like, it's just so, because for the so many times I tried to fight them all. And you're like, right, you're trying to Dark Souls it. You're going, right, got through one, got through another. Dead. Right, okay, so again. But then you have to find alternative ways to do things. But
yeah, say, Sanbone, that soup you've been stealing, you can also poison it if required.
Cool. That could be useful.
That could be useful.
Yes, it could.
Okay. Yeah, there was. I listened to the computer game show and I did his method. Don't know if you remember that.
Throw the stone at the horse?
Yeah. But it's not a reliable method.
No, I was going to say it might fucking jump off something and die.
It doesn't. That took like 6 attempts.
See, this is what I'm liking. It just seems like there's loads of ways to approach it.
You know what? I didn't like it.
No. No, I'm sure you didn't.
I fucking hated it.
I could
not
see
the
it in his
game,
face.
that particular
He's
moment.
not happy you're getting all these tips and nobody ever helped him.
No.
That particular moment, I wanted to end everything as well as my own life. Extraordinarily frustrating.
Yeah, so been around with that. I didn't expect this to grab me at all. I really didn't. But
That's cool.
yes, it has. So I'll stick with that. And then sim racing has been my other thing. So as you guys know, I've upgraded my sim racing rig and I've now got the whole triple monitor surround piece all set up, and I've got it set up on the new PC now, so everything's running ridiculous. So I've now got triple 1440p monitors, so I'm running 7760 by 1440 resolution. It's higher than 4K. It's like 6K or something that the res is running now. So because of that, I've been jumping into sim racing stuff, but one of the new ones that I went into. So there's a game called Assetto Corsa that's been around for a long, long time. There's Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competition, which is the one that made it across the console. But Assetto Corsa has been like, you know, when you see, I don't know if you guys have seen them, you've seen these videos of like people racing through traffic on like YouTube and whatever. Assetto Corsa is where all that happens because it's got such a heavy modding community. There's just loads, and so it's been a proper like darling in the sim racing world for ages. And they've released their new one called Assetto Corsa Evo, which is kind of full new everything, new engines, new maps, new graphics engine, new weather and environments. And it's superb. It is really, really well done. It's still in its very early access, so there's still quite a few glitches and bugs and stuff going on, but nothing in the actual racing. It's like environment grids, and you'll see trees popping in and all that kind of stuff. So they're releasing it very slowly. There's about 20 cars or something in it now, and I think 15, 16 tracks or something. But holy crap, it's looking like it's going to be really, really good, which is good because they would have ruined that whole reputation had they messed this one up. So yeah, I've been playing quite a bit of that and Le Mans Ultimate, and I will be starting to hopefully do a little bit more recording about that and sticking some stuff up on the YouTube because I've been playing about with how that will work. The only thing I need to work out now is how I can use OBS to capture part of the screen rather than the whole 77 whatever resolution on a YouTube video. So I've just got a bar across the screen. So yeah. Once I've worked that out, there'll be stuff there. But yeah, I'm definitely the sim racing. It's been a while. I've been kind of off the sim racing for probably about 9-12 months nearly. I've just been doing it a little bit, but it's probably got its hooks back in at the minute, and I can see me doing some proper stuff in the next few months.
That's cool.
So yes, that's it.
Dear me, well, will we look at what's coming as we've just finished what we've been playing? So I had to throw Denge Attack in again because it got delayed after we talked about it last time. It's out for real this time. 15th of July, which will be out by the time you listen to this.
Yes, yesterday it came out.
Yeah, that's cool. I think I'll probably get that. I imagine this is going to be like 10, 15 quid? 15 quid?
No.
Game Pass, motherfucker.
Ah, nice. Okay. Game Pass. Surely you said cheapy anyway, right?
Denge Attack is... Oh, there's no price listed.
Womp womp.
Add to your wish list.
Okay. Splatoon Raiders, 23rd of July. I saw the direct. It actually pretty much sold it to me, I think.
Yeah, I like the look of this.
I wasn't interested at all. And then I saw that and I was like, I think I have to get this game now. So
will you buy it physically and I'll buy your copy when you get bored of it?
Yeah. No, I'll be getting it digitally. So
Weinstein.
My Switch 2 library is entirely digital. So
Halo Campaign Evolved is the next one, which is 28th of July for the full release, but 23rd for the early access.
Yeah, I think 5 days early access.
Yeah. 23rd. So what day is the 23rd? Let's have a look.
Splatoon Raiders Day.
It is Splatoon Raiders, so it's the Thursday. Wow, 2 games together. Now, you have bought the early access, Punk. That's right, yeah?
Not for Halo, for Gears.
For Gears, okay. So
I've played this before. I know what I'm getting. Fucking early access. I'll finish it in an afternoon.
I will probably for Halo.
Get it up
just
on YouTube.
So we've got it before
done.
The next. Yeah,
we'll just respect the grind.
That's what I'm thinking. We can get some videos up before it actually launches, and we can talk about it on the next podcast as well, rather than 2 weeks after it's come out.
Yes, because the next podcast.
We'll record it before the release. Yes. Yeah.
Behind the curtain, boys.
Yes.
Shh, it's fine.
Yes.
So yes.
I suppose I don't need it if there's Splatoon Raiders. I don't need it.
Well, you do Splatoon, I'll do Halo. And Punk can pick one and surprise us with which one he's gone with. Or he can play
I could be
the next
playing
release.
Truck-kun is supporting me from another world? Question mark! Exclamation mark!
This looks mad. What is going on?
I need to look at the video for this. I've no idea what it's
You
even is.
really have to. There's a reason I left the link in the fucking document so you could look at it before we were recording and boring the audience.
Oh my god, this looks amazing.
Doesn't it?
What is going on here?
Ben, I might not be getting Halo. I am your sheep. Awesome.
All right, we're just watching a video. This is great. This is great.
Podcast.
So, yes.
Podcasting.
Podcast.
This is great podcasting. It looks a bit Crazy Taxi-esque. What is going on?
It does look a bit Crazy Taxi. So there's a link between this truck driver and a warrior princess in another world. And to give her strength or power, you need to cause carnage in your truck in the real world that transfers over to the hero. So you're trying to keep her alive by destroying everything by driving around a sandbox. And
That's beautiful.
I
That
took
looks
one look at
annoyingly
this
good.
and thought,
It
yes, that is one for me.
It does look annoyingly good.
It does look fantastic.
Okay, I mean the picture, the little like almost thumbnail type thing there
Looks terrible.
That's awful. That does not sell it at all. But actually, the video, so Truck-kun is supporting me from another world. There we go. Cool.
Send me a key.
Get onto him. Get onto him.
No one else is talking about this, so
No, we will feature it.
probably an easy key.
Last one then is Tears of Metal that I stuck on the. That's the one that I played the demo of. So it's by Paper Cult and it's that hack and slash roguelike 3D jobby. You should love it, Punk. You slaughter in the English.
Yeah, I would.
You should
Love
be-
it more if you put it in the fucking right place in the document. You know,
I did.
it's coming out between Dench Attack and Splatoon Raiders.
Oh, we don't worry about order of
Yeah,
dates.
whatever.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
what? Effort, care.
Fine. I only put it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a little bit spread. We won't play it till after the next pod anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Cunt. But yes, battering the English. Right, and shall we start our feature for this fortnight?
No, our feature is I am melting in my own juices.
I am going to have to wring myself after this recording.
Yes.
I'm a greasy bastard.
That Tears of Metal looks good as well. God damn it. Damn it.
Tears of Metal is class. There's a demo out.
Fucking damn it.
Very good.
Okay.
So it's been a wondrous recording. Oh, the death of physical, the death of Xbox, the Steam machine, bucket of shite.
Death as well. It died. Don't forget, it did die. Red
Line of death.
Yeah, dead Xbox, dead PlayStation, dead
That's
Steam
how I know
machine.
when I've killed people. That red line. So we will have to thank everybody for listening because once again, it's gone long.
It's gone long. It's gone long.
It's gone long.
Snappy.
2 news stories. It's gone long.
Yeah. So yes,
Yeah.
listener, thank you for sticking with us this far. And just a note, if you do know any nerds in the real world, please tell them about the podcast. Numbers are shite. Ben's depressed. Sanbone, he actually seems pretty pleasant. Nothing seems to faze him.
The numbers on YouTube are growing slowly.
It's not a competition between the podcast numbers.
No, the podcast numbers on YouTube are growing.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We're getting
The percentage increase on those YouTube numbers is
it's
outstanding.
phenomenal.
I'm sure.
It was like an 800% increase in the month in the YouTube numbers. It was phenomenal.
74.5%.
74.5%. We gained all the people that had lost. That's where they are.
And Sanbone, when we are talking about how brilliant you are, you actually went and fucking did it.
Yes, I did.
TheGamesBunker.com. Everything's fucking there. I don't have to list things.
Nope, that's all we need now. Just one website with one web page.
So
Simple.
all the links, YouTube, Twitter, podcast page, it's all in one place. TheGamesBunker.com. Leave us reviews, you sack of cunts. 5 stars or get fucked. You look genuinely confused, Ben.
It's fucking raining.
It's raining.
It's fucking raining.
Is it blood?
Relatively hard as well.
Okay, good.
Metaphorical.
Good to be me.
Just go and stand outside.
There's so many games.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing Ben wants to go out and dance in the rain naked. It's been a while. Thank you, Bunker Hunk.
No problem. We live in interesting times.
You are a stoic stallion. Bunker Drunk, thank you for all your services.
Thoroughly enjoyed all of it.
Thank you, Bunker Punk. Oh, you're more than welcome, you greasy bastard. I could smell you. And we have been the Games Bunker. Play the fucking music.
I so thought you were going to say Pure Dead Xbox then.